Imagine what your dreams can become when you put imagination to work at Canva.com.
Your favorite sports lineup is here on the Infinity Sports Network on SiriusXM 375. From Maggie and Perloff to Rich Eisen, Infinity Sports Network, 1019 FM HD2, New York.
An Odyssey station.
Welcome to Gridiron Game Day, a production of the Infinity Sports Network. Here's your host, Anthony Gallo.
Oh, we're back. NFL Week 4 is upon us. Yes, there's a game currently going on, and we will update that as soon as that goes finished in Dublin, the Vikings versus the Steelers. But we have a jam-packed day of NFL action. I'm Anthony Gallo, your host on Gridiron Game Day. As always, 7 1 o'clock games, 4 4 o'clock games, and we've got all the action, all the interceptions, the touchdowns, the turnovers, the injury reports, fantasy gambling. It's all here. Get your wings, get your burgers, your nachos, drinks responsibly, and let's get ready for a great day of NFL football. And we've got a ton of major matchups as the picture, the NFL scene is being painted, and we start to see things a bit clearer. And our marquee game of the day, Eagles at the Bucs, both 3-0. That will be the game of the 1 o'clock window, but that is not the only story. Jackson Dart starting at MetLife in his debut against the red-hot Chargers, Harbaugh, Herbert, H&H, as that team continues to try and assert itself as a AFC contender and run away with an AFC West division that is off to a slow start. The Commanders visit the Falcons. Jaden Daniels out. Another day that we will have to see. A lot of backups, obviously. Wentz playing right now, struggling a bit. But Commanders at Falcons. The Falcons trying to get to 500. The Commanders trying to stay above 500. Browns at Lions. An exciting win for the Browns last week against the Packers as they try to upset another NFC North team. And the Lions look to continue and build off of what was a dominant performance against the Ravens. And that is a big spread, 10 points there. We've got a couple big ones, a couple lopsided spreads this week. Panthers visiting the Patriots. Both teams trying to get back to 500. And one of them will today, as the Panthers coming off of a big division shutout and the Patriots trying to salvage what has been at times a season of, they've shown signs. They've been in every game. And last week they choked down the stretch to Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers, so they try to get to 500. We'll speak to Mario Haran, and he'll give us his betting expertise as well, so stay tuned for that next segment. Saints at Bills. Like I said, a couple of lopsided spreads here. 14.5. That's a scary line right there, but the Bills at home looking to continue their undefeated season, and the Saints just trying to get on the board as they are 0-3. Titans also 0-3 in the Cam Ward era, as that has gotten off to a ugly start, not because of Cam Ward, but just because of the level of talent on that team. And they're facing a team who is having a very disappointing, very shocking, as much as, you might have not been sold on C.J. Stroud and the Texans. They are 0-3, and we continue to search for that first Texans win. And that game, 7-point spread. I stayed away from that one, if I'm being honest. So both teams, one team's going to get a win. The other one is going to go back into the cellar of the AFC South. And in the 4 o'clock window, we have Colts at Rams. The surprising Daniel Jones-led Colts trying to stay undefeated as the Rams try to bounce back with a W after a heartbreaking defeat to the Eagles last week. Everyone remembers it. The block kick returned for the touchdown. A lot of block kicks last week, so we'll see if that trend continues. And we can only hope that this week replicates what happened last week, which was an exciting week 3. Jaguars at the Niners. Brock Purdy is playing, and the Niners look to continue to stay undefeated. A banged-up Niners team, which I think has been the most impressive, singular team. Maybe not what they've done on the field, but what they've overcome early. So that Niners team looks to stay undefeated, and the Jags look to get back on the winning side of the ball. They're 2-1. Ravens, Chiefs, just like we all drew it up, both teams 1-2 going into week 4, and we will see in that massive matchup our marquee matchup of the 4 o'clock window. Ravens actually road favorites. Who would have ever thought that would happen for the Chiefs? Road favorites, both teams 1-2. Somebody's going to be 1-3 after that. We'll see what happens there. And Bears at Raiders, a big day of football ahead of us. And like I said, the marquee matchup of the 1 o'clock window, Eagles at Bucks. Look, one of those teams looking to stay undefeated. Obviously, you always have the chance of a tie, but what fun is that? So the Eagles look, an Eagles team that has been lackluster at times. In the second half against the Rams last week, they started to look like the team that resembled a Super Bowl champion, but yet they're 3-0. And the Bucks, the comeback kids, 3 weeks, 3 game-winning drives. Another game, a blocked field goal by the Jets. It all looked downhill for the Bucks, but Baker Mayfield and co. went out there and got the job done. An impressive 3 games. I have to check the stat, but I don't think it's ever been done in the history of the NFL to start a season with 3 game-winning drives to start. And Baker will be playing banged up today. But that is going to be an exciting matchup, and that's where we start the day as our guy Tom Ankins called in early. He's fired up. He was ready to go, and we go out to Tom in Tampa Bay as he sets the scene.
Well, indeed, this is one of the marquee matchups, if not the marquee matchup of the afternoon. The Bucs and the Eagles, each 3-0, both undefeated, and some people say, wait a minute, the Bucs have not really been tested yet, because they have those 3 late-game comeback wins over teams that have not really knocked the rest of the NFL backwards quite a bit. So the Bucs somewhat untested. The Eagles, on the other hand, have won handily and have done the job that they needed to do as the defending Super Bowl champion. The problem with the Eagles, if you want to call it a problem, Saquon Barkley is only averaging 3.3 yards per carry. That is a little below his expectation. And the question is it something that is Barkley's fault? Is he's not getting the offensive line blocking? What is the problem with Barkley putting up big numbers? There never seemed to have been a problem with Barkley putting up big numbers against the Buccaneers, so that will be played out this afternoon. On the Bucs side, good news. Tristan Wirfs is back in his starting left tackle position this afternoon. Chris Godwin back on the active list and was expected to start in the slot as one of the wide receivers. However, Mike Evans is out, so what that means is there'll be more emphasis on rookie Emeka Egbuka and also probably more opportunity for tight end Cade Otton. Key to this game, both teams' defenses. How the Eagles' defensive backs are going to stop the Tampa Bay receivers, and those Eagles' defensive backs will be without Adoree Jackson. He is inactive for this afternoon's game, so down their biggest star in the defensive backfield. On the other side, how does Tampa Bay control Saquon Barkley? You can't stop him. You can only hope to control him, if I may use a rather oft-spoken phrase, but that's really where this is going to come down to. We have glorious weather this afternoon, blue skies, some clouds hanging around, no chance of precipitation, but it is Florida, and it will be hot. Is that going to be a factor? We don't know, but the Bucs and Eagles ready to kick off at the top of the hour. Back to you, Anthony.
Thank you, Tom. If I could ask you, how effective or active in this offense do we actually think Chris Godwin will be?
I'm not expecting him to be extremely active. However, I think he will see some targets. I think that the major targets on the offensive side are going to be Egbuka from wide receiver and Cade Otton from this tight end position. So I expect Godwin to play but not be a major factor in the game.
Tom, thank you so much, and we'll check back in later as that game kicks off. Very exciting. And Tom mentioned it. Obviously, the Bucs not playing a murderer's row of opponents, but even on the opposite end, the Eagles at times, yes, they've played a very difficult schedule to start. The Cowboys to open the season, and they played the Chiefs, and you played the Rams last week. Both teams at times have underwhelmed, and the Eagles have won on a more conservative aspect, last week being the outlier. And the Bucs have had to come from behind each week. Interesting to see what happens. Interesting to see how that Bucs offense plays out with, Chris Godwin healthy, Mike Evans out. Last week, Ibuka was considered a limited. He was active, but he was going to be limited, and then he was super active the whole game. So we'll see how that goes in that situation. With a major, and Chris Godwin finally getting on the field for the first time this year will be a very important aspect to this game, even if he's a decoy. So we'll see if that goes. Maybe Bucky Irving is a more active participant, and I don't expect Baker to be hindered too much by that injury, but it was worth noting he was on the injury report until today. Eagles are a 3.5-point road dog, or favorite, sorry. Bucs are a home dog. Eagles 3.5-point favorites at Raymond James Stadium, so that'll be interesting to monitor. Some other lines from the day. Chargers 6.5-point favorites. That line's kind of inched down a little bit since the Jackson Dart news has come out, but that is something to monitor. Obviously, a couple of road favorites this week, the most shocking being the Ravens at 2.5. Commanders at Falcons. Falcons 2.5-point favorites. Lions 10-point favorites at home over the Browns. I didn't take the under in that one. I do like the under just because of how good that Browns defense is. And even if they slow the Lions down a bit, their offense hasn't shown much in the way of putting up points. 5.5-point favorites for the Patriots over the Panthers. Again, a Panthers defense that looked good last week, and a Patriots offense that has shot themselves in the foot time and time again, has looked effective at times, but has shot themselves in the foot time and time again. So interesting to watch. The biggest spread of the day, 14.5-point favorites, the undefeated Bills hosting the winless Saints. If you're into that kind of stuff, I stay away from spreads that big. Especially, maybe if it was college, it's different, but in the NFL, I stay away from that one. Before we continue the spreads, the Vikings are now down a score. It's 21-14, 7:50 left in the fourth quarter in Dublin. They're kicking off to the Steelers, so we'll see what happens there as they just drove down the field to score, and I'll get you the exact touchdown score in that one. Carson Wentz, good day today, 233 yards, 25 of 35. I know he has a turnover, but he also has a touchdown. Aaron Rodgers started the day with an 80-yard bomb to get this scoring off. To continue where we left off in the spreads, Titans are 7-point dogs visiting the Texans as the Texans look to protect home field and get their first win of the year, as C.J. Stroud and co. have a lot of question marks and concerns, and this was not how we thought that season was going to start for them, as they slowly, both teams, we didn't have many hopes for the Titans, but both teams sliding down and further away from the Colts and even the Jags in that AFC South. In the 4 o'clock window, the Rams hosting those same undefeated Colts I just spoke of. They're 3.5-point favorites at SoFi Stadium. The Rams looking to get back in the win column. The Niners undefeated. Brock Purdy back. They look, and there's a couple injuries to update too, and we'll do that after we update some of these other games as well. They're 3.5-point favorites with Brock Purdy back over the Jags, who are 2-1, looking to get another W, losing 2 weeks ago to the Joe Burrow-less Bengals, and they had a good week last week, had a good week 1, and they try to continue what has been a good start for them. The Ravens visiting the Chiefs. Like I said, Ravens, 2.5-point favorites on the road against the Chiefs. One of these teams is going to go 1-3. And that is not something anyone expected. I think it's the first time they're both 1-2 to start a season since 2015. So interesting to watch in that one. And we finish off the 4 o'clock window. Bears visiting the Raiders. The Raiders, 1.5-point favorites at home against the Bears. They're on a 2-game losing streak. The Bears winning last week to kick off their wins for the season against the Cowboys in dominant fashion. So we'll see how that goes. And it's exciting to see Caleb Williams build off of what he did last week, which was an impressive showing against the Cowboys, obviously at home. And the Raiders trying to show anything after 2 disappointing losses. And Pete Carroll, Geno Smith trying to get that offense back on track. Ashton Genty showing you nothing. And we'll see if that offensive line can create some holes for him. and I think I misspoke. It's actually 24-14, not 21-14 in the Vikings-Steelers game. I may have said the right score. I don't know. But they have the ball now in Viking territory. Kenneth Gainwell with a nice little carry there for 3 yards as they're on Minnesota's 41 on 3rd and 1, and they look to convert there as we get started with the action. This is a big day. We got the 1 o'clock games, 4 o'clock games. And this game going on now, there's a flag on 3rd and 1. It was close. I'm not sure if they actually got it, but there's some punches being thrown here. Not really, or little slaps, I would say. We'll update that. But first, Jackson Dart makes his debut starting as the Giants quarterback at MetLife, hosting the undefeated Chargers. And Matt Mankiewicz sets the scene from MetLife.
And that in itself could be the problem because the Chargers have the 9th best defense versus the pass. They're 3-0, all division wins, Kansas City, Las Vegas, and Denver. And Jackson Dart's going to have his work cut out. He was named the starter earlier this week in an effort to wake up the offense, which means Russell Wilson could be trade bait, but that's a topic for another time. But right now, the Chargers are looking to give Jackson Dart his baptism of fire, and some people say it's going to be a 5-alarm fire here at MetLife Stadium. But we're just about ready to go in about 40 minutes or so. The Chargers and the Giants here in New Jersey.
Matt, thank you so much, and we'll check back in with you in a bit as that game has some excitement. I had not a lot of excitement in the New York area for football. Obviously, Buffalo a long way away from New York City, so obviously there's some excitement in that part of New York. But in the tri-state area, very slow, disappointing start to the NFL season. The Jets don't play till tomorrow night against the Dolphins, and we have a doubleheader tomorrow night on Monday night. Dolphins, Jets, and Broncos-Bengals, as all of those teams look to build off of what has been a very disappointing start for each one. For this Giants-Chargers game, I think it's interesting. This is going to be, I would say, the easiest opponent of the year for the Chargers, not playing a divisional opponent, and also playing a rookie quarterback. That defense has done nothing but dominate this year. They did it week 1 against the Chiefs. They did it against Geno Smith and the Raiders in week 2. And last week, they gave the Broncos fits in week 3, winning on a walk-off field goal. And we will see if they can continue to be undefeated. In Atlanta, the Falcons try to get back to 500. The Commanders try to survive another week without Jaden Daniels. Like I said, Falcons are 2.5-point favorites. And Jeff Zell is at Mercedes-Benz Stadium to set the scene.
Well, it's old home week here in Atlanta. Dan Quinn, who coached the team from 2015 to 2020, returns along with quarterback Marcus Mariota, who quarterbacked the team for part of 2022 until he quit and went home when he was benched, according to the Falcons. Mariota disputes that narrative. Now, Mariota is starting because Jaden Daniels is out, as are wide receivers Terry McLaurin and Noah Brown. So Washington significantly shorthanded on offense. For Atlanta, A.J. Terrell is out, but it seemed like Atlanta's offense was shorthanded last week in a 30-0 shutout to Carolina, when the Falcons not only didn't score, but get a load of this, they didn't reach the red zone, even when starting one drive on the Carolina 33 after Trevor Etienne fumbled the punt. This is the first time the Falcons were shut out since November 18th, 2021, when the Patriots blanked them in a cruelly ironic score of 25-0, since that is the exact number of points the Falcons led the Patriots by in Super Bowl 51 before their historic collapse, when Kyle Shanahan refused to run the ball and kill clock while Dan Quinn did nothing to correct that. Last thing, Commanders will go 2 high safeties like everyone else to take the deep threat away from Michael Penix, so Atlanta better be able to run the ball.
Jeff, let me ask you this. What is the confidence around Michael Penix right now? And also, is there anyone that's going to step up in that offense besides Bijan Robinson to give the young quarterback some help?
Well, we can quote the usual suspects who we hope will step up: Drake London, Kyle Pitts. Everybody really likes Tyler Algier. He's a hard runner. People would like to see him in the rotation a little bit more. But the feeling for Michael Penix is that he is still the quarterback of the future. He had a terrible game, and gosh, in Atlanta, we are used to quarterbacks having terrible games. So one game is not going to push him out for Kirk Cousins.
Jeff, thank you so much, and we'll check back in later as soon as that kicks off as well. And it's interesting to see as that has been a very, slow start. Obviously, at times, Penix has looked good. That offense has looked good when Bijan Robinson is going. Kyle Pitts, Drake London a little banged up earlier in the season as well, so they haven't gotten much going, and last week was a major disappointment. The Steelers are threatening. They're on the goal line. It's 4th and goal. That game's 24-14 with 4 minutes to go in the 4th. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll preview the rest of the games. We'll update you on this game. We'll give you the final score when that goes final. Anthony Gallo, Gridiron Game Day. Be right back.
Stay tuned for more Gridiron Game Day, a production of the Infinity Sports Network.
Are you tired of the same old wrench-turning gig? Are you a skilled mechanic ready to take the wheel on your career? H&K Group Incorporated wants to meet you. We're hiring road, shop, and diesel mechanics to join our team of industry leaders. If you got the skills, we're talking top pay, 100% paid benefits, and job security with a team that runs on precision, power, and pride. Step up and get paid what you're worth. Your future starts here. H&K Group does not discriminate. Apply today. Visit hkgroup.com. That's hkgroup.com.
Get your 2026 season memberships to see the New England Revolution and claim your seats in the heart of the action for all 17 games. Season members receive amazing benefits, including a player-signed Revolution scarf when you place a deposit today. For more details, head to revolutionsoccer.net. A simple deposit is all it takes. Start enjoying some of your 2026 season member benefits now. That's revolutionsoccer.net/tickets.
I missed too many putts today. It's gotta be my putter, right?
When you stop at golf, one thing you'll never have to think about is the fuel you're putting in your tank.
Maybe it's time to finally buy a new one.
So you can think about other things.
And maybe upgrade my wedges too? Or maybe just go all in on a new driver.
And with the Golf Pay app, you'll get exclusive offers like 5 cents off per gallon every day, along with a fast and convenient way to pay. See app for details. Golf, it all starts here.
Hugh Douglas here, and I know by now you've heard of my new drink, the new Jack Daniel's Tennessee Blackberry Whiskey. It's the real deal, folks. It's bold, vibrant blackberry softened with creamy vanilla, toasted oak, and just a hint of honey. It will be the touchdown of your tailgate this season. Jack Daniel's Tennessee Blackberry, now available at your local fine wine and good spirits. Celebrate responsibly.
Finally, a flight that's actually nice. Book Breeze Airways for nonstop service from Rhode Island TF Green International Airport to Savannah, Myrtle Beach, Greenville, Spartanburg, and more. Breeze makes travel easy with nonstop flights to desirable destinations and flexible, friendly change policies. Relax on board with high-speed Wi-Fi, delicious snacks, and a premium first-class seat in Breeze Ascent. Plan your trip today at flybreeze.com. Breeze Airways, seriously nice, in partnership with Rhode Island TF Green International Airport.
You think we can get one more winter out of that old furnace?
No way we're taking that chance again this winter. Carrier has up to $2,100 instant rebates and 60-month 0% financing right now. Go to nopaycarrier.com.
And their Energy Star certified products qualify for a tax credit in 2025.
Make the call.
There's never been a better time to upgrade your home heating system. For a limited time, Carrier has up to $2,100 in instant rebates, 0% 60-month financing, and Energy Star certified products that qualify for 2025 tax credits. Visit nopaycarrier.com to find a local expert.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At LinkedIn, we know hiring is a big deal for small businesses. Sometimes it can even feel a little overwhelming. That's why LinkedIn uses data that you can't find anywhere else, like skills, interests, and mutual connections to find you the best candidates. Also, you can feel confident you're hiring the best person for the job, and maybe even a little hiring bliss. See why 86% of small businesses who post a job on LinkedIn get a qualified candidate within a day. Post a job for free at linkedin.com/skill. That's linkedin.com/skill. LinkedIn, your next great hire is here.
Getting on the network America relies on is easy when you come into your local Verizon store. Come check out their latest deals on phones, accessories, and so much more. From shopping to support and everything in between, it's your one-stop shop to get it all. And when you switch to Verizon, you choose what goes into your unlimited plan and save on what you need. There's never been a better time to switch to the network America relies on. Visit your local Verizon store to speak with a rep and save big today.
With great deals coming this Prime Big Deal Days, October 7th and 8th, greatness is a deal away. So if you love baking, you can get a deal on a new mixer, transforming you into the Lord of the Loaves.
Hear ye, hear ye! Make way for the baron of brioche, the sultan of sourdough, the Lord of the Loaves, Prime Member Dave!
Yeah, hi?
Get up to 40% off with Prime Big Deal Days, October 7th and 8th.
Do you want opinionated sports talk with the biggest guests on the radio? Of course you do. So check out the Zach Gelb Show, weekdays at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on the Infinity Sports Network.
Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day. Here's your host, Anthony Gallo.
That's right. Gridiron Game Day, the place to be, Infinity Sportsnet. I'm your host, Anthony Gallo. And we've got a very early update on the NFL Week 4 slate. Steelers couldn't get in on 4th and goal. The Vikings immediately go down. Addison with a huge play in his first game of the year. He gets down to the 1-yard line. And now on, I think it is 3rd and goal, the Vikings try to get in to cut that lead down from 10. So we'll update that as that game continues. But first, let's go out to Detroit. Browns visiting the Lions, and Denny Cap has got us covered with a preview of Lions-Browns.
All right, Anthony, this is surprisingly a very compelling matchup of a couple of teams coming off emotional wins in Week 3. Lions downing the Ravens on Monday Night Football, and the Browns shocking the Packers in Green Bay. The Browns feature the league's best defense to date against the Lions offense. That's 4th overall in yards gained. Something has to give here, and no real surprises in the inactives aside from Browns right tackle Jack Conklin. He was questionable coming in, but he is going to miss his 3rd straight game with an elbow injury. But the focus really on this game should shift to that side of the ball when the Browns have it. Joe Flacco gets another start, Anthony, but the 40-year-old quarterback, he's really been a mess to start the season, connecting on just 2 touchdown passes to 4 interceptions and contributing to yet another turnover on a strip sack fumble, which was returned for a touchdown by the Ravens. So the good news for Browns fans, I should say, is that Quinshon Judkins' era really kicked off with a bang. He's 2 weeks in now. Last week, the rookie running back out of Ohio State notched his first career touchdown and also ran for just under 100 yards at Lambeau. But when we look at this game, Anthony, it's the turnovers. Expect turnovers to be the key here. These two teams are on the opposite ends of the spectrum. The Lions are a +2, the Browns a -4 through 3 weeks.
Denny, do we expect the Lions to struggle? This Browns defense has been elite. Do we expect another week of them stifling what has been a few offenses that have been great? They've stifled, but maybe not as good as this Lions offense. Do we think there's a chance they could slow it down?
I do think there is a chance. This is a elite defense, to say the least, and they've done so against good teams in hard conditions. Just look back last week to what they did to Jordan Love, and that was really eye-opening. And I think even John Morton, Lions offensive coordinator, looks at that and says, wow, we got something we got to prove here. But this is one of those situations where I think the Lions just need to, if they want to win this game, rely on the defense to give them good field position. Special teams has actually been a strength for Detroit. So if the Lions can flip the field, get short fields, and build an early lead, then potentially the game starts wavering a little bit. But I mean, this is an over-under of 44, and I was thinking to myself this week, I have no idea how it gets that high. This is one of those games I do think the Lions offense struggles, but not enough to blow it, thanks to just the struggles on the other side of the ball for Cleveland.
Thank you so much, Denny. We'll check back in later as that one gets going. I'm interested to see what that running game does against that deep, exciting, strong Browns defense. Montgomery and Gibbs, who have been very effective. They tore apart the Ravens last week, and we will see what they do against that Browns defense this week. Alan Siegel's got us covered. Patriots, Panthers from Foxboro, and he sets the scene for us. What's going on, Alan?
I begin today by talking about knuckleballs. And no, I'm not talking about the playoff-bound Red Sox or the late, great Tim Wakefield. Rather, I'm referring to Carolina kicker Ryan Fitzgerald. He kicks a knuckleball, or using NFL verbiage, the dirty ball. It creates problems. And Patriots coach Mike Vrabel said this week he watched and viewed video of Fitzgerald for 2 hours this week. It is a weapon, and it's hard to catch, and it lands around the 10-yard line and takes crazy bounces. Patriots returner Antonio Gibson said, you have to get under it or it creates real problems. Now, teams receiving against Carolina, they're only averaging the 21-yard line, the best in the league. The Panthers, well, overall at 1-2, they shut out the Falcons 30-0 last week. They allowed only 332 yards overall and 131 on the ground. They caused 3 turnovers, a fumble and 2 picks. Bryce Young threw for 121 yards, had a rushing TD, and he has 4 TD passes so far in 2025. Now, the Patriots, they'll be playing in their last home game for a while. They have 3 straight road games facing them, so there are definite urgency for them to bounce back from last week's 21-14 loss to the Steelers. The Patriots know it was a game they should have won as they doubled up the Steelers in just about every offensive stat category, but they also know that they caused their own defeat with 5 turnovers, 4 fumbles, and a pick. Running back Ramondre Stevenson, he had 2 of those fumbles, and he has 9 fumbles in his last 18 games. And it'll be interesting to see if Mike Vrabel limits him in any fashion today. Drake May continues to grow. His passing percentage is 72.6 with 785 total yards, 5 TD passes. He said this week he wants to get Stephon Diggs the ball more, so we'll be looking for that today. The Patriots are also strengthened defensively today as they get all-pro quarterback Christian Gonzalez back in the lineup for his first action after suffering a hamstring way back in July. And, Anthony, today presents another spectacular weather day here in New England. Sunny skies and temperatures around 80 degrees, which is unusual for late September, Anthony.
Thank you so much, Alan. We'll touch base with you in a few. A little update. Vikings get in the end zone. They try the onside kick. They're down 3, and the Steelers recover. I'm just waiting to see how many timeouts they have left to confirm. So they have 1 timeout left. They have the 2-minute warning. So there's 2:07 left in the fourth quarter of that one. So we'll update that as soon as it goes final or anything exciting happens. But first, we've got our bet of the week, or our bet guest of the week. I'll give you my picks in a little bit after that. Mario Haran, ESPN Chicago, the host of the Bolt Crew podcast. What's going on, Mario? How are you?
I'm doing good, Anthony. It's a beautiful Sunday. We're about to have a day in Chicago and hopefully make some money on the way.
Let's do it. First, because I got to start, you being a Chargers guy, what do you expect? This Chargers defense has been elite, been the best in football, in my opinion, outside of maybe the Browns. How much do you think they feast on a Jackson Dart debut start, even though they're on the road?
Oh, my gosh. I feel bad for the kid, Jackson Dart. I mean, I would look at my coach and go, dude, we have the Saints next week. Not just wait 1 more week for me to get my first start in the NFL. I think Jesse Minter, man, he's one of the best defensive minds in football. He'll probably have a head coaching job this time next year. And, look, they're going to pressure him all day long. If you look back in college, according to PFF, Jackson Dart's passing grade was in the 90s. As soon as he's under pressure, it would go down to the 60s, right? Like, he doesn't like it. Especially, we've done this thing before, and we know that anytime you have a rookie QB, a backup QB, what you want to do is you want to make sure that he has no time to throw it and he's uncomfortable all day long. I think that's going to happen today with Jackson Dart. And you can also find, Anthony, Giants under 1.5 touchdowns, plus money, plus 150. The Chargers have the best red zone defense in the NFL. So even if the Giants get there, they're going to be settling for field goals. So the only way they're going to score is through explosive plays. I'm not going to bet on a rookie quarterback having explosive plays in his first week against a top 3 team in the NFL. I just don't think it's going to happen.
I like that. I just wrote that down to make sure, I checked that out before the games kick off. I like that little nugget. One more question on the Chargers and this game. Their offensive line has not been bad, but has given up a lot of pressures. Justin Herbert's been running around a lot. Any fears with that Giants? The only good part of their team right now seems to be their pass rush. Any fears there for maybe the Chargers having a low offensive output due to the pressure of that Giants pass rush?
I think that is how, if you were going to make an argument for the Giants winning this game, I think that's what you would say is Herbert's going to have no time to throw. He's going to be on the run a lot. The counter to that is, I think we all saw his throw to Keenan Allen last week for a touchdown?
Yes.
He escapes pressure. A guy's getting tackled, and then suddenly he turns into Jesus Christ himself and throws Keenan Allen open, and it's 6, and next thing you know, the Chargers have to leave. It's even when he has someone in his face, even when the play's broken down, he's playing at such an MVP level. He just makes things happen, and we have a guy that special. It's like, what really matters? It's like kind of the Josh Allen thing we do every year with his receivers, right? Yes. It's like he has no one to throw to. You know, what's his team really going to look like? And then you watch the first game, you go, oh, he's just so good. He makes every receiver at least a Julian Edelman type of level of a player.
So let's get into it. Let's make some money. First, let's kick off with a little bit of fantasy. Anyone this week you love as maybe a fantasy lock or a DFS lock in week 4?
So in this too, I also love him just betting-wise, but Ashton Genty, his stock was really high, then it gets really low. I'm telling you, when they faced the Chargers, he met Dalen Henley in that B-gap and shook him to death. I've never seen him get broken down like that before. And he faces the Chicago Bears defense that is absolutely brutal against the run. They're no longer the monsters of the midway. That is long, long gone. The 26th in rushing yards allowed, the 17th in rushing EPA per play. You can torch them on the ground. And I think Pete Carroll's going to want to establish that run early and often. I think Genty's going to get his. And it's only at 67.5 rushing yards, which I think is pretty low. If you would even want to get a little dangerous with it and get a little nuts, and you want to go, I want a little DoorDash money today. I don't want to leave the house. Then, maybe get it up to a number of 70 plus, 80 plus, wherever you want to find it. But I really like Genty today. I think he's going to have a pretty big day. And I would look at some also Colts just unders across the board with the player props. I'm from Indianapolis originally. It's been fun. The city needed it because after the Indy 500, I'm not going to lie to you, Anthony, the city kind of sucks. It's a tough go. It's a tough time to have a good time there. But at some point, the Roosters come home. At some point, the party ends. And I think it does this weekend for a lot of those skilled guys in Indianapolis.
That's a good point. And obviously, Alec Pierce out with the concussion as well. So that adds to that one. And so before we get to, just any other locks of the week, Eagles, Bucks, and Ravens, Chiefs, obviously both road dogs in the Eagles being, or road favorites over the Bucks at 3.5. Ravens, road favorites at 2.5. Either of those games you like from the road aspect or something to point out in them being the key matchups of the week?
Yeah, I'll start with the Eagles-Bucks. The thing that just really worries me about the Buccaneers is I always like to think, when you're a really good team, you dominate the bad teams. You absolutely just rock them, right? The Bucks haven't done that really. No. Like they played Falcons on a tight game, and Falcons got shut out by the Panthers. And you're like, everyone's like, what the hell is going on? Texans still need a win. Jets were on a backup QB, and it still didn't look great for them. They almost blew that game. And Anthony Glenn was doing the craziest dance of all time on the sideline. So I don't know if I trust the Buccaneers at all. I know they got Tristan Wirfs back today, and that's big for them. But the Super Bowl champs just found a way to win, and I think they'll do that. And Anthony, I got to ask you a big question. Did you get burned on the Jordan Davis touchdown last week?
I did not. I did not get burned. I stayed away from that game.
I did too, but the room I was in, it was just tickets on fire. It was pit of hell.
No, I didn't get. What I got burnt on was I got the Chargers at 3.5. And I'm saying this as a Broncos fan, but I had the Chargers at 3.5. So that field goal did nothing for me at the end of the game.
Oh, my God. See, that's the worst thing in the world. That, folks?
The double.
Oh, it's the worst thing in the world.
Oh, the double. My team loses in excruciating fashion, and I don't even cash in on my bet. So it was a big 0 for me. Ravens, Chiefs, I really like the Ravens in this game. And I'm not saying I think the Chiefs are done and they're not going to make the playoffs, but I think coming off of a disappointing loss, again, just like they did week 1 against the Bills, coming off of a disappointing loss against the Lions last week, I really feel like the Ravens are going to bounce back nicely. And even though they are still banged up on that defensive front, I really like them in this game.
Oh, my gosh, Anthony. So I was bouncing back and forth all week, and I came to this. Going into week 1, Andy Reid made it a very, very big deal that Xavier Worthy is going to be a huge part of this offense and a huge factor, a huge weapon. He goes out in that, and they were kind of searching for who can step up for them offensively. He's back in this game, and I know this is clearly not the Chiefs that we've seen the past couple of years, but just Mahomes at home as an underdog, I'll be the sucker. I will be that guy. Ravens defense is just, it's not great right now. No. Last place in total yards allowed per game, 25th in opponent yards per play, 28th in red zone defense. Like, these guys just aren't stopping the football. And maybe the Chiefs can bounce back and get into it. Maybe they have some extra sauce. Maybe Kelsey and Reed don't fight each other on the sidelines. And I'm going to take that bet. It's one of my favorite ones of the week, I think. I was convincing myself of this all yesterday as I was watching college football. Like, the Chiefs are going to win. The Chiefs are going to win. But I also thought Georgia was going to win. So who really knows what's going to happen?
Mario, thank you so much. I appreciate you giving us the time this morning.
Thank you so much, man. Good luck and have a great day, brother.
Mario Haran, ESPN Chicago, host of the Bolt Crew podcast. If you want to follow him on Twitter, it's Mario23_Haran. We've got a lot more to get to. Wentz just threw a pick driving down the field as they stop the Steelers on 4th down. He throws a pick, so it looks like that one's over. We'll update the rest of the games and preview some of the other action. But until then, Tony Pierno has got you with the update first.
Infinity Sports Network Sports Flash.
All right, and in Dublin, Ireland, the Steelers looking to close out the Vikings right now. Pittsburgh with a 24-21 lead, looking to improve the 3-1 on the season. DK Metcalf with an 80-yard touchdown from Aaron Rodgers in the second quarter. Then you have Kenneth Gainwell. He recorded a pair of rushing touchdowns in this game, and a big day for the Pittsburgh defense with 6 sacks and now 3 interceptions on the day. A new era begins this afternoon in East Rutherford, New Jersey, as the Giants battle the Chargers. Jackson Dart is set to make his first career NFL start for New York. There's a lot of excitement surrounding the Ole Miss product, but head coach Brian Daboll made sure to temper expectations for his rookie QB.
It's his first start, so I'm sure there'll be some. Again, there's going to be some ups and downs. There always is when you're playing young players, and particularly at that spot. So keep a level head, keep improving, make good decisions, take care of the football. You don't have to go out there and be a hero or do anything like that. Just do your job.
Kickoff today is at 1 Eastern. Also, a pivotal matchup at Arrowhead as the 1-2 Ravens will battle the 1-2 Chiefs. Kickoff is at 4:25 Eastern. The Sunday night matchup features the Cowboys hosting the Packers. Micah Parsons returns to the Big D for the first time since he was traded to Green Bay nearly a month ago. Despite all the hype, Parsons is not making a big deal out of the reunion.
I just feel like it's just going to be another game for me. Obviously got a lot of ties there, but, I think the atmosphere is going to be great. I kind of know what a Packer-Green Bay game looks like, and I know the fan base is going to be pretty rowdy, so I'm just excited for a competitive matchup on Sunday Night Prime Football.
Kickoff is at 8:20 Eastern. Ryder Cup, Europe leads the USA 11.5 points to 4.5 points. Europe needs just 2.5 more points to retain. It's the final day of the MLB regular season. Only one postseason berth still at large. The Mets and Reds are tied for the National League's final wild card spot. Cincinnati holding the tiebreaker. WNBA finals resume this afternoon at 3 Eastern. The Fever host the Aces. Then the top-seeded Minnesota Lynx visit the Phoenix Mercury. Phoenix up 2-1. Tip-off is at 8 Eastern. I'm Tony Pierno.
This is Bill Ryder, and I'm Ryder than you. At least for 2 hours, starting weekday mornings, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, on the Infinity Sports Network.
Get your 2026 season memberships to see the New England Revolution and claim your seats in the heart of the action for all 17 games. Season members receive amazing benefits, including a player-signed Revolution scarf when you place a deposit today. For more details, head to revolutionsoccer.net. A simple deposit is all it takes. Start enjoying some of your 2026 season member benefits now. That's revolutionsoccer.net/tickets.
Finally, a flight that's actually nice. Book Breeze Airways for nonstop service from Rhode Island TF Green International Airport to Savannah, Myrtle Beach, Greenville, Spartanburg, and more. Breeze makes travel easy with nonstop flights to desirable destinations and flexible, friendly change policies. Relax on board with high-speed Wi-Fi, delicious snacks, and a premium first-class seat in Breeze Ascent. Plan your trip today at flybreeze.com. Breeze Airways, seriously nice, in partnership with Rhode Island TF Green International Airport.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next-day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When evaluating potential hires for your small business, it's essential to look beyond resumes. Sure, a candidate may appear impressive on paper, but understanding the person is crucial. LinkedIn, the world's largest professional network, provides a complete view of your candidate's skills, experiences, and interests. With LinkedIn's up-to-date data, you can be confident that you really know who you're hiring. Post your free job at linkedin.com/skill. That's linkedin.com/skill. Terms and conditions apply.
Getting on the network America relies on is easy when you come into your local Verizon store. Come check out their latest deals on phones, accessories, and so much more. From shopping to support and everything in between, it's your one-stop shop to get it all. And when you switch to Verizon, you choose what goes into your unlimited plan and save on what you need. There's never been a better time to switch to the network America relies on. Visit your local Verizon store to speak with a rep and save big today.
This Prime Big Deal Days, October 7th and 8th, you can get a great deal on a new foot spa, transforming you into the queen of kicking it.
Wait, this has bubble jets. Okay.
Get up to 40% off with Prime Big Deal Days, October 7th and 8th.
Power up fall projects with Ego at Lowe's. Every tool delivers power beyond belief. So whether it's leaves, limbs, or lawn cleanup, count on Ego to deliver the power, performance, and innovation you need. And now for a limited time, save up to $60 on select blowers, chainsaws, and pole saws. Shop Ego today at Lowe's. Offers valid through 10/1 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
You're on the list for Macy's Fall VIP Sale. That means you're invited to save big on this season's top designer looks at prices you'll love. Like an extra 30% off Calvin Klein, Steve Madden, Hugo Boss, and more. Plus, get 15% off beauty and fragrance from Estee Lauder, Lancome, and so many others. This only happens a few times a year. Don't miss the Fall VIP Sale. Today, only at Macy's. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just
speaking into the void?
But with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers, a network of 130 million of them, in fact. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills, and did I say job title? See how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Heather is a nurse practitioner from United Healthcare.
We meet patients wherever they live.
During a house call, she found Jack had an issue.
Jack's blood pressure was dangerously high.
It was 217 over 110.
So they got Jack to the hospital and got him the help he needed.
He had had a stent placed in his heart, preventing a massive heart attack.
If it wasn't for my guardian angel, I wouldn't be here.
Hear more stories like Jack's at UnitedHealthcare.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan, area, limitation, and exclusions apply.
Hey, this is Zach Gelb. I'm hanging with you weekday afternoon starting at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific, right here on the Infinity Sports Network.
Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day. Here's your host, Anthony Gallo.
Oh, we are back. Gridiron Game Day, NFL Week 4. Just to update one thing, this Steelers-Vikings game is about to be final. The interception I thought we had prior to the update was overturned. Steelers win, though, after the Vikings were unsuccessful to get in the field goal range, 24-21. So that game is final. And now we go to preview the rest of the week. The Bills' first home game not in prime time, hosting the Saints. The 0-3 Saints, the 3-0 Bills, 14.5-point favorites for the Bills. And we go out to Highmark Stadium as Paul Hamilton sets the scene.
Well, it's taken 4 weeks for me to be able to join you. Yes. You mentioned it's their first home 1 o'clock game as they play the Saints. Some key guys aren't going to be in the lineup. First for the Bills, Matt Milano and Ed Oliver, not in the Buffalo defense. They are inactive with injuries, and that's the main reason why last week the Miami Dolphins were so successful on third down. To take players like that out of the lineup really did hurt the Bills' defense. On offense, they will be missing right tackle Spencer Brown. For the Saints, Chase Young, I think they're getting to the point now. It's like, what is it with this guy? I mean, they have him there. He's supposed to be this big-time player for them. He's just not available. And I think they're just, they have their arms outstretched out. When is this guy going to be able to play? So really, he's the only one that they would recognize as a starter. There would be a starter, you would think, if he were able to play. But it does hurt the Bills' defense. Now, do I think the Saints' offense is going to do what the Dolphins did on third down last? They could, I suppose, with Kamara in the lineup and Olave in the lineup. But those are big losses in Oliver and Milano.
That's right. Huge losses for them. Chase Young, obviously, remains to be seen. Paul, thank you so much, and we will jump back in with you as soon as those game kicks off. Like you said, no Ed Oliver, no Matt Milano. Chase Young also out for the Saints. Some other injuries as well. Sanders, tight end for Carolina, he's out. Expect Tommy Tremble to step in for him. Xavier Legette also out. CeeDee Lamb out. Alec Pierce out. Will Dissly and Mekhi Becton out for the Chargers. Graham Gano and Tyrone Tracy out for the Giants. No Mike Evans for the Bucks. Daniels and McLaurin out for Washington. Also Noah Brown out. A.J. Terrell out as well. Chris Godwin Jr. is going to make his debut this week. Some notable guys who were last minute. Michael Mayer also out. Brock Purdy back this week. DeAndre Swift looks to be in there, and Colston Loveland maybe not. So we'll update that as we get more information there. But let's go out to Houston as a battle of winless teams in the AFC South, and the Texans try to get a win at home, their first win of the season, and Adam Spillane's got us covered.
Yeah, we got the 0-3 Texans against the 0-3 Titans. Both teams have really struggled offensively, especially the Texans. They have scored just 38 points through the first 3 games of the regular season. I think what probably is, though, just more of a negative for them offensively, just 4 red zone trips in 3 games. They have yet to score a red zone touchdown. On the injury front, Derek Stingley, their all-pro cornerback who was limited in practice throughout the week, is active for today's game, so the Texans will have him against the Titans rookie quarterback Cam Ward. One note on the Texans offensive line, Cam Robinson is a healthy scratch, so we'll see another offensive line combination, it looks like, for Houston today. Blake Fisher, who was a second-round pick last year, been inactive a couple times this season, is active, so it looks like he's their swing tackle this afternoon.
Adam, thank you so much, and we'll continue to monitor all the action coming up in a bit. We've got all of the 7 1 o'clock games going into action in a bit, and we will update all the touchdowns, all the injury reports, turnovers, big plays, all the news. We'll update the fantasy scoreboards. We'll update the gambling, all of that. We've got that coming up at 1 in a bit. Before we go there, my 5 picks of the day that I like: Niners to cover at 3.5. I like Keon Coleman anytime touchdown. David Montgomery under 45.5 rushing yards. DeAndre Swift over 71.5 rushing and receiving yards combined. Quentin Johnston over 48.5 receiving yards. 4-1 last week to get me off of what has been a very cold start to the season. So we look to win some money there. Like I said, Brock Purdy's back. Just to update some more of these, we'll get an update on all the 4 o'clock injuries that are questionable as well, like Jennings and Pearsall, Higbee as well, because both of the tight ends for the Rams and Higbee and Parkinson's are both questionable, so we'll see what happens there. Some guys to note, Terrence Ferguson and Davis Allen could be the guys that step up in that situation. I said before, another tight end, Sanders, out for the Panthers. Tommy Tremble looks to step in for him. Alec Pierce is out for that Colts offense that's been red hot this year. Graham Gano out. Jude McNamee McAdamy, I'm sorry, I'll get the pronunciation on that. He is going in there. No coup. He did not win out the job after being signed this week. No Tyron Tracy, so Cam Scadaboo will have a big week. No Mike Evans for the Bucs, but Chris Godwin is in. We've got a lot of football coming up. All the action kicking off after the break. Anthony Gallo on Gridiron Game Day.
Get your 2026 season memberships to see the New England Revolution and claim your seats in the heart of the action for all 17 games. Season members receive amazing benefits, including a player-signed Revolution scarf when you place a deposit today. For more details, head to revolutionsoccer.net. A simple deposit is all it takes. Start enjoying some of your 2026 season member benefits now. That's revolutionsoccer.net/tickets.
Getting on the network America relies on is easy when you come into your local Verizon store. Come check out their latest deals on phones, accessories, and so much more. From shopping to support and everything in between, it's your one-stop shop to get it all. And when you switch to Verizon, you choose what goes into your unlimited plan and save on what you need. There's never been a better time to switch to the network America relies on. Visit your local Verizon store to speak with a rep and save big today.
With great deals coming this Prime Big Deal Days, October 7th and 8th, greatness is a deal away. So if you love baking, you can get a deal on a new mixer, transforming you into the Lord of the Loaves.
Hear ye, make way for the baron of brioche, the sultan of sourdough, the Lord of the Loaves, Prime Member Dave!
Yeah, hi?
Get up to 40% off with Prime Big Deal Days, October 7th and 8th.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just
speaking into the void?
But with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers. A network of 130 million of them, in fact. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills, and did I say job title? See how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Power up fall projects with Ego at Lowe's. Every tool delivers power beyond belief. So whether it's leaves, limbs, or lawn cleanup, count on Ego to deliver the power, performance, and innovation you need. And now for a limited time, save up to $60 on select blowers, chainsaws, and pole saws. Shop Ego today at Lowe's. Offers valid through 10/1 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
You're on the list for Macy's Fall VIP Sale. That means you're invited to save big on this season's top designer looks at prices you'll love. Like an extra 30% off Calvin Klein, Steve Madden, Hugo Boss, and more. Plus, get 15% off beauty and fragrance from Estee Lauder, Lancome, and so many others. This only happens a few times a year. Don't miss the Fall VIP Sale. Today, only at Macy's. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Heather is a nurse practitioner from United Healthcare.
We meet patients wherever they live.
During a house call, she found Jack had an issue.
Jack's blood pressure was dangerously high.
It was 217 over 110.
So they got Jack to the hospital and got him the help he needed.
He had had a stent placed in his heart, preventing a massive heart attack.
If it wasn't for my guardian angel, I wouldn't be here.
Hear more stories like Jack's at unitedhealthcare.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan, area limitation, and exclusions apply.
Ooh, Gecko, I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app. Could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
I'm Scott Hansen, host of NFL Red Zone. Lowe's knows Sundays are for football. That's why we're here to help you get your next DIY project done, even when the clock isn't on your side. Whether that's a new Filtrete filter or Bosch and Cobalt power tools, Lowe's has everything you need to feel like the MVP of DIY. So get it done and earn your Sunday. Shop now, in-store and online. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
This moment right now is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of a cold refreshment.
With lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
something simple and true. Give me my good friends, give me a
Do the do.
Once upon a dismal day, Bob's ice cream van looked gloomy and gray. Although he had big ambitions, his socials lacked creative vision.
That bad?
Maybe vamp it up a tad?
I have an idea.
Bob launched Canva and got into gear.
Create the video in the vampire theme and make it the funniest of me.
It went viral. Bob's business, a revival. Now, imagine what your dreams can become when you put imagination to work at canva.com.
Your favorite sports lineup is here on the Infinity Sports Network on SiriusXM 375. From Maggie and Perloff to Rich Eisen, Infinity Sports Network, 1019 FM HD2, New York.
An Odyssey station.
Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day, a production of the Infinity Sports Network. Here's your host, Anthony Gallo.
That's right. We are moments away from kicking off 7 1 o'clock games, and it's another exciting week of NFL action here on Infinity Sportsnet. Gridiron Game Day. If you're watching, listening on the BetMGM Network and on YouTube, what is up? Welcome. Eagles at Bucks, Chargers at Giants, Commanders at Falcons, Browns at Lions, Panthers at Patriots, Saints at Bills, and Titans at Texans. All the exciting action right here on Infinity Sportsnet. We got you with every score, every turnover, every big play, every injury, everything that happens today. News, action, fantasy, gambling. We've got it all right here. So stay put for 7 hours of exciting NFL action. Jody Mack joins me at 6 p.m. as always, as he does every week, to go over the day's action as well. And we've got a ton of exciting football coming up. Like I said, in the 1 o'clock window, our marquee game, Eagles at Bucks, the battle of the undefeateds. The Eagles on the road, favorited on the road. Both teams have struggled at times. Both teams have exciting wins. The Bucks struggling against a 3-week opponent lineup that was not really a daunting task, but 3 weeks, 3 exciting, come from behind, game-winning drives to win the games. Baker Mayfield and co. are rolling. No Mike Evans in that one, so we'll see how that turns out. Just an update as well. Steelers win 24-21 in Dublin to kick off the European slate of the international tour in the NFL this season, as we've already had a game in Brazil. Next week, I believe it's Vikings versus Browns in London, and the week after, Jets and Broncos. I will be there in London, but let's go out to New England as Alan Siegel kicks us off with our first update pre-kickoff. What's going on, Alan?
Well, Anthony, the Patriots are 3-3 against Carolina. Believe it or not, one of only 5 teams that they don't have a winning record against. As far as Carolina, they have an interception in each of their first 3 games, and they'll be trying to pick off Drake May today in terms of their fourth. Patriots defensively, they do have Christian Gonzalez back, but they have also held opponents under 65 yards rushing in each of their first 3 games. So that's pretty much set to scene. We have a gorgeous day here, and we're just about to kick off. It is going to be Carolina receiving. The Patriots will be kicking off, and we'll keep you posted all day long, Anthony.
Thank you so much, Alan, and we will get back there once that kicks off. Jackson Dart makes his NFL debut against one of the best, if not the best, defenses with the undefeated LA Chargers visiting MetLife, and Matt Mankiewicz has got more for us.
Well, you won't be seeing Jackson Dart immediately because the Giants are kicking. The kickoff has just taken place. They're going to take a knee in the end zone, so the Chargers will get to work immediately here, just underway, of course, at MetLife Stadium. Chargers are 3-0, but the nice thing for them is all 3 of their wins came against division opponents, of course, the Chiefs, the Raiders, and the Broncos. Ninth best defense against the pass, and the wisdom here with the Giants is try Jackson Dart out against a good team, so see what he gets, see what he can do here, and maybe against a less good team next week he'll do better. But right now, they also have run rock bottom in defense, so we'll see what the Chargers do as they get to work here right now, just underway.
Thank you so much, Matt. This one is also underway as the kickoff just happened, but let's go out to Tom Aikens as the Eagles and Bucks kick off.
The Philadelphia Eagles won the toss. They elected to defer their choice to the second half, so they kicked off to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who have started things off with at least a first down. Buccaneers moving the ball past Trey Johnson, gaining some yardage there. So we were very early in this ball game, 14 and a half minutes to play. No score, Eagles and Buccaneers.
Thank you so much, Tom, and we will update that as that goes. Let's go out to the AFC South divisional matchup. Both teams winless, searching for their first wins, and Adam Spillane's got more as that one kicks off.
All right, Tennessee starts out with the opening kickoff. They have a second down here as Cam Ward will throw complete. It looks like Calvin Ridley. It will be enough for a first down. So 1st and 10 for the Titans at their own 39. Both these teams are 0-3. For Houston, Derek Stingley Jr., who is questionable throughout the week due to an oblique injury that he suffered in last week's game against Jacksonville, is starting. Both these offenses are struggling. Both these teams obviously are struggling overall, needing to get a win. But right now, Tennessee with the ball 1st and 10 from their own 39. We are a minute and a half in.
Thank you so much, Adam, and we will update that one as well. Giants and Chargers, they're underway. 2nd and 6. The Giants get the stop behind the line, and it is now 3rd and 7 in that one. We've got a decent play here in the Bills game, and let's go out to Buffalo as Paul Hamilton sets the scene after the kickoff there.
We have a gorgeous fall day here, 72 degrees and sunny. The Bills have gotten the ball first, and they just had a pretty big play to Josh Palmer. Josh Allen hit him for 14 yards to get the ball out to the 38. So the Bills are trying to get a drive going, and on second down, it didn't quite get a first down. Josh Allen was flushed out of the pocket and had to scramble. So they're going to have a short third down right now. Let's call it 3rd and 5 as they have the ball now on the 43-yard line, their own 43. So the Bills, I'd mentioned in the previous thing that the defense had trouble with third down, where the Bills' offenses have been pretty good on third down. So they'll have an opportunity here to try to keep the ball moving. No score here with 12:20 left to go here in the first quarter, and the Bills trying to put together their first drive of the day.
Thank you so much, Paul. Worth noting, Sterling Shepard slotting in, obviously, as he did when Godwin was out. He is slotting into that starting lineup for the Bucs, as I just saw that pop up on the screen with Godwin and Ibuka on the other side. Giants forcing a punt on that first drive. Cam Ward running for his life right now. We'll update all of this as we go, and there might be a big play in that one. Wow. But first, let's go out to Detroit. Ford Field, Lions, Browns. Denny Cap has got us covered.
All right, Lions take the opening kickoff, get the ball toward midfield. Jared Goff at Jamison Williams on a 13-yard pass for the Lions' only first down in that drive. Myles Garrett making his presence known on that first drive. Got into the backfield a couple of times, chasing around Jared Goff. Expect much of that to be the case today. The Browns about to start their first drive of the game at their own 12-yard line when this timeout is complete. 12:46 to go in the first quarter here in Detroit. Browns and Lions are scoreless.
Thank you, Denny. That Cam Ward throw goes for 33 yards as he scrambles to his right, goes across the body, across the field for 33 yards. So a big play for him. And the Jackson Dart era has officially started. Very interesting to note that two of the big offensive pieces that the Giants drafted this year, Jackson Dart, Cam Scadaboo, both starting this week. Very fitting as Tyrone Tracy is out, and they are getting started there as they're backed up on their own 10. An incomplete pass to Malik Neighbors there. There are flags, so we'll see what that call is. Falcons are threatening now. They're already in the red zone against the Commanders as they have a couple of big plays. One, the Pitts, Bijan Robinson, as always, with a couple exciting plays. So they're on the 14 after a 9-yard run from Robinson. The Bills also threatening. They're at the 43 of the Saints. Carolina has the ball. The Browns have the ball. Obviously, like I said, the Giants have the ball. Eagles, I think we have a big special teams play there, and we will get an update on that one as well. And it's another exciting week of action this week, special team action. So we'll get an update from Eagles, Bucks as that one continues. Titans threatening. They're outside of the Texans 23, so they're about to be in the red zone on 3rd and 5. We'll get an update there. We might have it looks like the Falcons recovered, but it was a fumble for the Falcons there, but it looks like they recovered. That'll be third down. A big chunk loss there for them. Jackson Dart, a couple of runs, completed a pass to Malik Neighbors there. So we got the Jackson Dart era fully underway in New York as the Chargers and Giants are battling in that one. Panthers trying to get above midfield into Patriots territory. Moore with a one catch for 12 yards, and the Browns continuing to march down the field after they get the ball back and stopping that Lions offense to go. We've got another score that we'll get an update from in Buffalo as well in that one. So these games are starting fast as always. Right out the gate, the NFL action is flying. And it's first down now for Jackson Dart and the Giants, and Cam Scatterbo, another carry. He gets a first down, so that's a big one as well. And there is a big play, like I said, in Buffalo that we'll get an update on. Quinton Junkins gets you, or Quinshawn Junkins gets you with a 10-yard carry, and they're about at midfield for the Browns. The Panthers trying to they're right at midfield as we speak. They're trying to get into Patriots territory. The Giants are in Chargers territory. And on cue, a penalty in the Panthers game gets them into Patriots territory. The Bucs now have the ball in that one as this exciting special teams play there puts the Eagles up 7, and we'll get the complete picture from Tom Aikens in a bit. The Texans they stop the Titans. They're trying to lead down the field now and get a score of their own as that one's scoreless. So a lot of scoreless ties. Some scores early. The Falcons had to settle for a field goal in that one after marching down the field. The fumble kind of, stalls the drive and the momentum. They had to settle after a long third down for the field goal. So they're up 3-0 as that one goes. As well, some notable big plays in this one. Cam Scatterbo already off to a fast start. 4 carries, 27 yards. Bucky Irving, 2 carries, 20 yards. And Cam Ward, 2 for 4 and 41 yards. But let's go out to Tampa Bay and get an update from Tom Aikens on the massive play that just happened.
Well, lo and behold, it happened once again. A block punt return for a touchdown. Cameron Latu blocked the punt. The ball was picked up by Sidney Brown, run down the right sideline for 36 yards into the end zone, virtually untouched. Sidney Brown putting points on the board for the Eagles for the first score of the afternoon. So the Eagles strike quickly, and they strike very effectively. 12:47 left to play in the first quarter. Eagles 7, Tampa Bay nothing.
Thank you so much, Tom. If you've got that Eagles defense in fantasy, you are eating the last few weeks. So another touchdown for that special teams and defense in Philly as they look to defeat the undefeated Bucs on the road. Let's go out to Atlanta as we have a score in that one. Commanders at Falcons, and Jeff Zell's got more.
Well, Falcons take an early 3-0 lead on Parker Romo's 38-yard field goal. The drive, 9 plays, 45 yards, and it's clear to see what the Falcon game plan is today, and that's Bijan Robinson. They went to him 6 of the 9 plays, including 5 rushing attempts for 19 yards and 1 pass target for him that was incomplete. Parker Romo, the 38-yard field goal. Atlanta on top, 3-0, 10:40 to go in the first quarter.
Thank you so much, Jeff, as we'll continue to watch that one. It feels like a lost opportunity there for the Falcons. I know they come away with points, but you're driving down the field like that. You want to set the tone early. No Jaden Daniels, no Scary Terry, and they settle for the 3. And we have a big, massive play here. Enormous start to the Jackson Dart era, and Matt Mankiewicz has got more for us.
Okay, guys. First drive for Jackson Dart has turned out to be a productive one. The Giants scored a touchdown on a 15-yard run by Dart. Interestingly enough, the Giants only suited up 2 running backs today. They don't really need a third one because Dart's been doing a lot of the work himself and grinding out 3 yards, including 1 for a first down. But he takes it himself for the Giants' first score and his first score as a starter. And Cam Scatterbo has been doing the rest of the work. He's only thrown to Malik Neighbors so far 2 passes out in the flat, but one over the middle that got him into the red zone. So it's 7-0 Giants right now, 9:20 left in the first.
Thank you so much, Matt. An exciting start. He couldn't ask for a more perfect start. 2 for 2, 20 yards. Both passes to Neighbors. 3 carries for 28 yards. And a touchdown. Cam Scadaboo also adding offers there, as Matt just told us. So a good start all around for this Giants team. They get to stop defensively. They get bailed out by a Lad McConkey drop pass, but they get the ball back and they go down and score to start the Jackson Dart era off in style, get a little bit of pressure off the kids' shoulders. We have a score in the Panthers game, as we will get an update there, as well as Bryce Young and co are off to a fast start. The Browns are in the red zone right now at the 11 of the Lions, looking to score, as Joe Flacco trying to get his guys on board and build off of what was an exciting upset victory a week ago, and trying to upset another NFC North opponent as that one continues. It was a big pass to get them into the red zone. Joe Flacco to Jerry Jeudy, so a big play there as well. Jerry Jeudy has 3 catches for 48 yards in that one. Flacco, perfect right now, 4 for 4, 64 yards. Junkins, 3 carries, 16 yards. In the Bills game, they had it was a screen to Shakir, 1 catch, 43 yards, takes it to the house, so he gets the touchdown. Josh Allen, 3 for 3, 66 yards, the majority of them coming on that screen play, as they're up 7-0 in that one. James Cook, a slow start. Slow start carries-wise, because they march on the field pretty quickly. 3 carries, 12 yards. The Saints are at midfield right now, 1st and 10 from the 43, as Rattler just scrambled for 9 yards up the middle. So they look to bounce right back and tie that game up. The Falcons have the ball back at the 47 after the Commanders stall. So the Falcons try to get more points on the board after settling for 3. In that one, the Giants are about to kick off. Back to the Chargers. Eagles up 7-0. They have the ball at the 28. 1st and 10. We'll update all the scores, all the action, the exciting NFL week action. We'll get you the fantasy updates, as well as we get more on the books to update that one. NFL Gridiron Game Day. Anthony Gallo. Stay tuned to Infinity Sportsnet.
Stay tuned for more Gridiron Game Day, a production of the Infinity Sports Network.
Your home has a security system for the front door. But what's guarding your attic, your garage? As you store things away, mice see an opportunity. Modern Pest Smart acts as a silent guard. Our digital sensors monitor those forgotten spaces 24/7, detecting mouse activity the moment it starts, and alerting our team automatically. It's proactive, non-toxic, and works while you're not looking. It's time for intelligent pest control. Upgrade your home's protection. Get a free quote for Smart from Modern Pest Services.
Get your 2026 season memberships to see the New England Revolution and claim your seats in the heart of the action for all 17 games. Season members receive amazing benefits, including a player-signed Revolution scarf when you place a deposit today. For more details, head to revolutionsoccer.net. A simple deposit is all it takes. Start enjoying some of your 2026 season member benefits now. That's revolutionsoccer.net/tickets.
Hiring is a lonely business. Posting jobs, sifting through resumes, interviews with unqualified applicants, being ghosted. What if you could link with dozens of qualified candidates who are ready to work right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, the workforce you need. Problem solved. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I had that dream again. My small business needs someone to fulfill orders, but I don't use LinkedIn, and I hire wrong.
So our orders get all backed up. We're drowning in paperwork, then actually drowning. Carol is fighting off sharks with a stapler, and pirates are pillaging the office copier, and then I wake up.
Don't let hiring nightmares ruin your dreams. LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant goes beyond the resume, using unique insights to deliver a smarter shortlist. Get 50% off your first job post at linkedin.com/skill offer. Terms and conditions apply.
Getting on the network America relies on is easy when you come into your local Verizon store. Come check out their latest deals on phones, accessories, and so much more. From shopping to support and everything in between, it's your one-stop shop to get it all. And when you switch to Verizon, you choose what goes into your unlimited plan and save on what you need. There's never been a better time to switch to the network America relies on. Visit your local Verizon store to speak with a rep and save big today.
T-Mobile is more than the best network in the game. They're now the best network in America, according to the experts at Ookla Speed Test. So MLB fans are connected from home to home plate. With the most advanced 5G, the most towers, and a signal that goes farther than ever, you can keep up with your teams on the road, overseas, and even off the grid. For baseball fans, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data, 1H2025 compatible device and plan required for T-Satellite. See details at T-Mobile.com.
This Prime Big Deal Days, October 7th and 8th, you can get a great deal on a new foot spa, transforming you into the queen of kicking it.
Wait, this has bubble jets. Okay.
Get up to 40% off with Prime Big Deal Days, October 7th and 8th.
Need contract help for those workload peaks and backlogged projects? You're not alone. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed said they will increase their use of contract talent. That's why our recruiters leverage their experience and use award-winning AI to quickly find the skilled candidates you want. Learn about our specialized talent in finance, accounting, technology, marketing, legal, and administrative support. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
Summer's all about fun in the sun. So before you hit the roads to your favorite destination, get your vehicle checked and prepped right at home with complimentary Ford mobile service. Ford expert technicians can perform a lot of the same services right in your driveway that they do in the dealership. Like an oil change with the works package, brakes, batteries, tire rotation, and more. So whether you're grilling in the backyard or soaking up some rays, keep enjoying your summer with Ford mobile service. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit FordService.com for important details and limitations.
Hey, I'm JR, and the JR Sport Brief is on the Infinity Sports Network. Weekday evenings, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific.
Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day. Here's your host, Anthony Gallo.
Oh, let's jump right back into it as we've got a few scores to update as Jalen Hurts with a massive run right there. But first, let's go out to New England as that scoreless tie has been broken, and Alan Siegel's got more on that.
Anthony, before the game, I mentioned the Patriots defense has not given up 65 yards or more on the ground in the first three games. Well, in the first series, the Carolina Panthers were able to rush for 24 yards on 3 carries, and that set them up pretty good because toward the end of the series, which started at their own 24, they used a tight end 16-yard pass to Mitchell Evans, a tight end pass to wide receiver Ted McMillan against Gonzo, Chris Gonzalez for 16 yards to the 23, and then it was Bryce Young to Tommy Trouble, a 7-yard touchdown pass, and that gave the Carolina Panthers the lead. They had the PAT missed by Fitzgerald. The Patriots in their first offensive category, offensive series, 3 and out. So the Carolina Panthers have the ball back now at their own 22-yard line with 9:16 to go in the first quarter, and they have a 6-0 lead on the Patriots, Anthony.
Thank you so much, Alan, and we'll continue that one as well as those teams try to bounce back. The Panthers trying to build off of a win, and the Patriots trying to bounce back. Paul Hamilton's got an update from Buffalo as Buffalo started the scoring a little earlier.
Yeah, we have a couple of touchdowns. And let me tell you something. I've been at this 44 years. I have never seen any football player with the balance that Khalil Shakir has. Time and time again. What a play he made. It looked like he was down after maybe a 5-yard gain. Next thing you know, he's in the end zone with a 43-yard touchdown to get the Bills on the board. 7 plays, 79 yards. But the Saints came back. They're taking advantage of an injured Bills defense Kendre Miller, 18-yard touchdown run. He broke 3 tackles to get in there, and there were some key plays. You know, Spencer Rattler, he scrambled for 15 yards. He hit Johnson for 17 yards. So they were able to get downfield and do that, but the Bills are now driving themselves again as they have the football in Saints territory at 44 yards. Keon Coleman started this drive with a 17-yard reception from Josh Allen, and Allen and Coleman are going to hook up again to get deep into New Orleans territory. So the Bills are driving. It just looks like right now that the defenses can't stop either offense right now. What we've seen in the first 3 drives, this being the 3rd drive, as the Bills are going to set up shop at around the 24-yard line now with a first down.
Thank you so much, Paul. We'll continue to monitor that one as Paul's joining us. You know, they played week 2 on the road against the Jets, but have been 2 primetime matchups. So Paul giving us the updates this week for the first time all season. Bills off to a hot start. He was so right. That Shakir catch, he went down the sideline. I had looked down because it looked like he had already gotten tackled to go to the next update. And then I look up and he's got the 40-plus yard touchdown. Joe Alt hurt in the Chargers game, so we'll get an update on that one as soon as we know as well. Let's go out to Detroit as the Browns and Lions continue to battle it out from Ford Field, and Denny Cap's got more for us.
All right, Anthony, the Browns take the early lead, punching it in from 4th and goal from the 1. Rookie Quinshon Judkins for the 2nd consecutive week finding the end zone. Joe Flacco in the spotlight today, given his rough start to the season you and I discussed last hour. He came out with a bang today, going 5 of 5 for 70 yards on that opening Browns drive. Lions secondary aided him the rest of the way with a couple of defensive holding penalties. But nonetheless, the Browns' first drive was a success after stopping the Lions on their first drive. Now Detroit on its second drive has found a little bit of a rhythm. Jared Goff found Amon-Ra St. Brown, who found the soft part of the Cleveland defensive zone and pulled in a 25-yarder down to the Cleveland 35. In the background, you just heard our lead referee call a tripping, a 15-yard tripping on the Browns. And the other way now go the Lions. That was Sean Smith and his crew. First time he's done a Lions game since 2023, according to the notes here. So Detroit has it at the Cleveland 14-yard line now on the doorstep with 3:55 to go. They trail this one 7-0. Cleveland up front.
Thank you so much, Denny. As always, man, Ford Field, every time we go out to Denny and there's something big happening there, that stadium sounds rocking. A little update, Joe Alt walked to the sideline, but he then carted off from the sideline. So that is not good for Chargers fans. We'll update that one as that continues. Let's go out to Houston as the Titans and the Texans battle it out for AFC West. For their first wins this year, they look to both get in the win column. Adam Spillane's got more for us.
All right, Titans will go 3 and out on their second possession of the game. The Texans have a 3-0 lead over Tennessee. On the Titans' first drive, they were able to drive into Texans territory, but the drive stalled, and then Joey Slye missed a 41-yard field goal. Texans go 11 plays, 40 yards. They have to settle for a Kaimi Fairbairn 47-yard field goal. So much has been made about the Texans' offensive line and the lack of protection for C.J. Stroud. Stroud was sacked twice on the drive. One was wiped out because of a defensive penalty. The second was Jeffrey Simmons just busting through the A-gap and getting to Stroud before he was even able to finish his drop. But right now, the Texans will get the ball back here. They will start their second drive of the game, it looks like, at their own 15-yard line. 3:05 to go in the first quarter. It's Houston 3, Tennessee nothing.
Thank you so much, Adam. Let's go out to Tampa Bay as that Eagles offense is cooking, and Tom Akins has got more for us.
Indeed, you're right, Anthony. The Philadelphia Eagles trying to put this one out of reach early on. Right now, they lead by a score of 14-0. The most recent touchdown, a 2-yard touchdown pass from Jalen Hurts to Dallas Goedert, the tight end. The key play in that drive, Hurts himself, a 28-yard scramble to the 2-yard line. One play later, the ball was in the end zone, and the Eagles have a large lead. Their first touchdown, of course, the 35-yard block punt return by Sidney Brown. Cameron Latu, the guy who did the blocking. Brown picked it up, hustled it into the end zone, and the Eagles so far have dominated this ball game. We are still in the first quarter, 5:22 to play in this period. Philadelphia 14, Tampa Bay nothing.
Thank you so much, Tom. Let's go out to Atlanta as the Falcons are threatening in the red zone, and we have a conclusion to that drive, and Jeff Zell's got more for us.
Well, the Falcons were threatening in the red zone, and they scored in the red zone. Michael Penix gives them a 10-0 lead as he hits Drake London for a 5-yard touchdown pass. London so far 4 catches, 43 yards, an impressive drive, 14 plays, 73 yards. Get this, over 8 minutes, 8 minutes and 3 seconds. Falcons had a clear plan. They used Bijan Robinson 9 of the first 13 plays from scrimmage, 7 rushes, 2 targets. Then they ran Algier 4 straight, including one on 4th and 1. Michael Penix 6 straight, 75 yards. Bijan Robinson 9 carries, 39 yards. Falcons looking impressive. 10-0 on top, 49 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Thank you so much, Jeff. Clearly, Zach Robinson and Raheem Morris have a plan there to, approach this season, and not just this game, but this season, because we've seen them attack the slots and attack those dink and dunks with Penix to open up maybe downfield a little bit. Drake London, 4 catches, 43 yards and a touchdown. As he said, 75 yards and a touchdown for Penix. The impressive, as always, Josh Allen, 5 for 5, 103 yards and a touchdown. The Giants backed up to their own goal line on the 2, trying to get out of trouble as they forced the Chargers to punt. That game 7-0. We've got another big play here in Carolina with the Patriots, in New England with the Patriots and Panthers battling at Foxboro. Sorry, New England, not Carolina. So Eagles up 14-0. Let's go out to New England, get the update from Alan Siegel on the latest score.
All right, Anthony, I'll tell you, Carolina was moving again in their second series, but the Patriots defense finally rose to the occasion and forced a punt, and that was a Patriots weapon because Marcus Jones, who has done this before, took it at his own 12-yard line, avoided a couple of hits, went down the left side and through the middle and all the way 88 yards for a touchdown. And that is where we stand. PAT is coming, but with 5:34 to go here in the first quarter, thanks to that 88-yard punt return by Marcus Jones, we're tied at 6 right now.
Thank you so much, Alan, and we'll watch as that one continues. We may have, it's close here. It doesn't look like it. Almost a near pick here for Cooper DeJean off of Baker Mayfield. There's a flag on the play. It also looks like the ball bounced off as well on that one. So we'll see what happens. And there's a little skirmish in that one as well. So Mitchell, the young second-year corner, getting into it as he's got someone's face mask. One of the linemen from the Bucs. We'll get an update on that. All the other action in the NFL today. NFL Week 4, as always. It is testy here between the 2 undefeated teams. We've got all that action. Stay tuned to Gridiron Game Day with Anthony Gallo. But first, an update from our guy, Pete McCarthy.
Infinity Sports Network Sports Flash.
All right, Anthony, one game already final in Dublin. DK Metcalf had the key play.
In the shotgun is Rodgers, play action pass. Looking, throws over the middle of the field. That's Metcalf open and on the run. Metcalf crosses the 45. Midfield crosses the 40, the 30, the 20-yard line, the 15. Picks up a block and rumbles into the end zone. Calvin Austin set him up with a block, and Metcalf goes 80 yards for the score.
Steelers radio. The Steelers held on to the fourth, winning 24-21 over the Vikings. Aaron Rodgers' crew is now 3-1. 4 games coming in the later window. Daniel Jones and the 3-0 Colts are visiting the 2-1 Rams. The 49ers return Brock Purdy and look to improve to 4-0 against the Jaguars. A vital game for the Ravens and Chiefs at Arrowhead. The loser will fall to 1-3. And the Bears will look to build on their encouraging win over the Cowboys last week, visiting the Raiders in Las Vegas. Tonight, it's the Micah Parsons Bowl. Parsons returning to Dallas in his Packers uniform. At the Ryder Cup, the Americans have some heavy lifting to do on the competition's final day. The Europeans entering the day now with a 12-5 lead after Victor Hovland withdrew due to a neck injury, resulting in a split point. Things not looking great for the Americans. Matt Fitzpatrick is 3 up on Bryson DeChambeau. Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy are even. Xander Schauffele is 2 up on John Rahm, but a lot of work to do there for the Americans. It's also the final day of the baseball season. Still a lot on the line. The playoff field almost set. The Reds can clinch the final remaining wild card spot in the National League with a win in Milwaukee. If they lose, it opens the door for the Mets to sneak in with a win over the Marlins. Two divisions are still up for grabs as well. The Blue Jays wrap up the AL East with a win over the Rays. A loss gives the Yankees a chance. The AL Central also comes down to the final day. The Guardians are in the driver's seat. The Tigers need help. All of the baseball games start at right about 3 Eastern. I'm Pete McCarthy.
You're in the right place. The Infinity Sports Network.
This is Bill Ryder, and I'm Ryder the News. At least for 2 hours, starting weekday mornings, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, on the Infinity Sports Network.
Get your 2026 season memberships to see the New England Revolution and claim your seats in the heart of the action for all 17 games. Season members receive amazing benefits, including a player-signed Revolution scarf when you place a deposit today. For more details, head to revolutionsoccer.net. A simple deposit is all it takes. Start enjoying some of your 2026 season member benefits now. That's revolutionsoccer.net/tickets.
Hiring is a lonely business. Posting jobs, sifting through resumes, interviews with unqualified applicants, being ghosted. What if you could link with dozens of qualified candidates who are ready to work right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, the workforce you need. Problem solved. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I had that dream again. My small business needs someone to fulfill orders, but I don't use LinkedIn, and I hire wrong. So our orders get all backed up. We're drowning in paperwork, then actually drowning, careless fighting off sharks with a stapler, and pirates are pillaging the office copier, and then I wake up.
Don't let hiring nightmares ruin your dreams. LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant goes beyond the resume, using unique insights to deliver a smarter shortlist. Get 50% off your first job post at linkedin.com/skill offer. Terms and conditions apply.
Getting on the network America relies on is easy when you come into your local Verizon store. Come check out their latest deals on phones, accessories, and so much more. From shopping to support and everything in between, it's your one-stop shop to get it all. And when you switch to Verizon, you choose what goes into your unlimited plan and save on what you need. There's never been a better time to switch to the network America relies on. Visit your local Verizon store to speak with a rep and save big today.
T-Mobile is more than the best network in the game. They're now the best network in America, according to the experts at Ookla Speed Test. So MLB fans are connected from home to home plate. With the most advanced 5G, the most towers, and a signal that goes farther than ever, you can keep up with your teams on the road, overseas, and even off the grid. For baseball fans, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data 1H2025, compatible device and plan required for T-Satellite. See details at T-Mobile.com.
This Prime Big Deal Days, October 7th and 8th, you can get a great deal on a new foot spa, transforming you into the queen of kicking it.
Wait, this has bubble jets. Okay.
Get up to 40% off with Prime Big Deal Days, October 7th and 8th. Summer's all about fun in the sun. So before you hit the roads to your favorite destination, get your vehicle checked and prepped right at home with complimentary Ford mobile service. Ford expert technicians can perform a lot of the same services right in your driveway that they do in the dealership. Like an oil change with the works package, brakes, batteries, tire rotation, and more. So whether you're grilling in the backyard or soaking up some rays, keep enjoying your summer with Ford mobile service. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit fordservice.com for important details and limitations.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just
speaking into the void?
But with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers, a network of 130 million of them, in fact. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills, and Did I say job title? See how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Power up fall projects with Ego at Lowe's. Every tool delivers power beyond belief. So whether it's leaves, limbs, or lawn cleanup, count on Ego to deliver the power, performance, and innovation you need. And now for a limited time, save up to $60 on select blowers, chainsaws, and pole saws. Shop Ego today at Lowe's. Offers valid through 10/1 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than Saquon Barkley, the NFL's reigning leading rusher. I'm also the NFL's leading husher. Shh, hush up back there. Wow, I might have just set the hushing record. Well, almost. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Investment Services Corporation, member FINRA, Columbus, Ohio.
Hey, what's going on? This is Zach Gelb. Join me for the Zach Gelb Show, weekday afternoon starting at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific, on the Infinity Sports Network.
Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day. Here's your host, Anthony Gallo.
We've got a lot of exciting action going on. The Giants, Chargers, exciting. Everything has come down over the last 7 minutes while we were on break and update. So let's go out. I left you off. There was a little bit of a scuffle in the Bucs-Eagles game, and the Bucs retained the ball after a near interception. But let's get the rest of the update from Tom Ankins at Raymond James Stadium.
One quarter in the books, the Philadelphia Eagles continuing to dominate by a score of 14-3. The 3 points just came before the end of the quarter, a 42-yard field goal by Chase McLaughlin. That drive by the Bucs, highlighted by, shall we say, rising tempers. Cooper DeJean penalized 15 yards for a taunt. That was one Eagle penalty. Another Eagle penalty right behind it, Jalen Hunt, unsportsmanlike conduct. So there you go. Couple of those penalties kept that drive alive, but in the end, the Eagle defense rose up and sacked Baker Mayfield. Mayfield almost fumbled the ball, but he was able to corral it and give Chase McLaughlin a chance to try that field goal, which he made. So with one quarter of play completed here at Raymond James Stadium, the Eagles lead this 14-3.
Thank you so much, Tom. Let's go out to Detroit as Denny Capps got an update from Ford Field.
All right, the Lions have added a field goal, a 48-yarder from kicker Jake Bates, and the Lions have taken now a 10-7 lead in that first quarter. Jahmyr Gibbs had an 8-yard touchdown run for Detroit. He becomes the 7th running back in the Super Bowl era to have 30 rushing touchdowns for his 24th birthday. He joins the likes of Barry Sanders, Emmitt Smith, and Walter Payton. That's a pretty good club to be in. Kirby Joseph had an interception of Joe Flacco. It was a confusing one. It looked like Cedric Tillman stopped on what was supposed to be a fade route, and Kirby Joseph was wide open, could have fair caught the interception. That was his 19th pick since he entered the league in 2022. In that time span, he leads the NFL in interception. Detroit, with that field goal again, makes it a 10-7 lead as we have 14-17 to go in the second quarter of play.
Thank you, Denny. Let's go out to Atlanta as we have another big play there, and Jeff Zell's got more on the Commanders' offense.
Well, right now the Falcons are up 10-7 after the Commanders go on an impressive 8-play, 70-yard drive. It took 4 minutes and 18 seconds. Marcus Mariota to Luke McCaffrey for a 5-yard touchdown catch. 2 key plays on the drive. Carlos Rodriguez, I don't think any of you are starting him in fantasy. A 49-yard run from his own 32 to the Atlanta 19. Another key play. 4th and 2 at the Atlanta 10. Mariota completes a pass to Deebo Samuel for the first down. Mariota, 3 of 4 for 16 yards. And Rodriguez, 4 carries, 53 yards. Once again, Atlanta on top, 10-7 with 11:31 to go. And we have a player down on the kickoff. The Falcons returned it to about midfield. Can't see exactly who's down, but Falcons lead this one by 3 with 11:25 left in the first half.
Thank you so much, Jeff. Let's get out to New England as the Panthers and Patriots continue to battle it out. And Alan Siegel updates us from Foxboro.
Well, Anthony, we've got 2:42 to go in the first quarter, and the Patriots just ran only their fourth offensive play of the afternoon because they went 3 and out in their first series. They've given up a lot of yardage to Carolina, but only 6 points. And, of course, the Patriots were able to score on special teams as they're calling it now an 87-yard punt return for a touchdown by Marcus Jones. Earlier, it was Carolina with Bryce Young, 7-yard pass to Tommy Tremble for their touchdown, but their PAT was missed. Bryce Young having a pretty good afternoon, 7 of 11 for 80 yards and that 1 touchdown. Drake May is now 1 for 2 with 24 yards, and the Patriots are moving. They're up at midfield, so 2:05 to go here in the first quarter. It's the Patriots holding a 1-point lead over Carolina, 7-6, Anthony.
Thank you so much, Alan. Let's go out to Houston as the Titans and Texans battle it out in the AFC South. Adam Spillane's got more.
All right, 6-0 Texans leading the Titans. They've gotten a couple of Kaimi Fairbairn field goals in this game, one from 47 yards and then another from 43. Not a whole lot going on for either team offensively. Woody Marks, the rookie running back, the 4th-round pick out of USC, 5 carries for 29 yards. He has a long of 15, which helped keep the drive alive, or which helped keep the Texans' second scoring drive alive when he ran for 15 on 3rd and 7. C.J. Stroud, 6 of 8 for 53 yards. Right now, Tennessee has it at their own 43-yard line. The Titans in this game have tried a flea flicker, and then they've tried a throwback to a wide receiver. Neither one has worked as Cam Ward throws incomplete here. So it'll be a 3rd down and 14. The Titans were able to get into Texans territory on their first drive, but Joey Slye missed a 41-yard field goal. So 11-14 to go in the first half. The Texans lead the Titans 6-0.
Thank you so much, Adam. Let's go out to Buffalo as the Bills are trying to stay undefeated and the Saints are just trying to get their first win of the season. Paul Hamilton has more.
Well, the Bills have 3rd and 11 on their own 12-yard line, leading at 14-7. We have 12:52 left to go here in the second quarter, and the offenses in the first 3 drives had it their own ways, and they were long drives that we were talking about as Josh Allen tries to go down the far sideline, and he's going to be intercepted on the long pass, but it's almost like a punt as Sanker comes up with the interception for the Saints. So now the defenses are coming alive after 3 long drives to get touchdowns. By the way, James Cook got the second Buffalo touchdown, franchise record, 8 straight games with a rushing TD. But the Bills got a couple of sacks from Daquan Jones and Bernard to force a New Orleans punt after Trey White had 2 holding penalties. Then they finally got stout. And now on 3rd down, the Saints come up with a big play at midfield as they get that interception from their safety, Jonas Sanker. So they'll set up shop there when we get back. 12:45 left to go here in the second quarter. Buffalo leads at 14-7.
Thank you so much, Paul. The Patriots are threatening in the red zone. McTominay is setting up for a field goal. Dexter Lawrence, a tip pass to himself. He picks it off and took it to the goal line. Giants unable to score the touchdown, so they settle for the field goal, and we'll get an update on if that is good or not. As the Patriots, like I said, in the red zone, right now the only team currently in the red zone, Titans 4th and 21 as they look to punt. Cam Ward sacked for 7 yards. The Bucs get the ball back, and they try to shorten that lead as they're down 14-3 as well. The big pick, as we said, in the Saints-Bills game as the Saints try to keep pace with the undefeated Bills. 10-7 Lions over Browns. The Browns have the ball at midfield. And let's go out to MetLife to get an update on everything Giants-Chargers from Matt Mankiewicz.
Okay, big turnover for the Chargers as Dexter Lawrence II intercepted Justin Herbert pass on the 41-yard line, returned it 38 yards to the Chargers 3, end of the quarter. They swap ends. The Chargers able to come up with a goal line stand, which forced the Giants to kick a 22-yard field goal. Jake McIntosh for that one. So it's now 10-0 in favor of the Giants with 13:47 left in the second quarter.
Thank you, Matt, on that one. A big play. It may feel like a missed opportunity later, depending on if this Chargers offense can get going. Not being able to get the touchdown there. 2nd and 8 from their own 18 as the Bucs have the ball. They're trying to march down the field and get some points on the board. About 12 minutes left in the half in that one. 4 or 5, 38 yards, 29 rushing yards, and a touchdown for Jackson Dart. Justin Herbert struggling. The interception, 4 of 11, only 23 yards passing. So we'll continue to monitor that situation as the Giants look to knock off the undefeated Chargers in Jackson Dart's debut as well. Falcons have the ball back. They're up 10-7. They're on their own 36-ish, and we may have a turnover in that one. We'll get an update on that as well once that's confirmed, as Michael Penix and co. cannot come up with a mistake there, but it may have been waved off. We'll get an update on all the Chargers and Falcons stuff as well. 6-0 Texans over the Titans. 10 minutes left in the second quarter in that one. As I said, 14-3 Eagles over the Bucs. 10-0 Giants over the Chargers. 7-6 Pats over the Panthers. They're just starting the second quarter. 10-7 Browns losing to the Lions on the road. 12 minutes left in that one. 12:45 as the Saints got the ball back on the interception. They're at the Bills' 49-yard line. 14-7 Bills. And again, one more time, 10-7 Falcons over Commanders. 10:43 left in the half in that one. So we'll continue to monitor all that. We'll get an update on Joe Alt and a few of the other injuries as well that have popped up through the day. He's questionable to return. The Chargers put out about 22 minutes ago. He was carted off, so I can't speak for them, but questionable seems a little, light on that, as he's a big part of that Chargers offensive line that I don't want to say has outright struggled because they've put out points, but you have seen they struggle to get the run going at times, and Justin Herbert has taken a lot of pressure in the face. And we may have another score here in the Patriots-Panthers game after a big scramble from the Patriots quarterback, Drake May. So we'll get an update on that one. Falcons, I think, still have the ball, so that turnover was waved off, and they are on Washington's 24, right outside of the red zone. And let's see, Patriots red zone, Washington right outside of the red zone. They're the only teams threatening right now. Chargers midfield, Saints midfield. So we'll continue there. Penalty now pushes the Falcons back a bit more. So it's 2nd and 13 from Washington's 29-yard line as they try to get something going here. And I think it was a hold or a false start. That's a false start. So that's why they get pushed back there. 12 minutes to go in Lions. Browns 10-7. Flacco, terrible interception. We had no idea who he was throwing to in the control room when we were watching him break. He's 7 of 10 for 88 yards. Jahmyr Gibbs with a touchdown, 3 carries and 19 yards. Jerry Jeudy leaving their receiving yards, 3 catches, 48 yards for that one. It looks like the Chargers just got a first down in that game. A big play here in the Bucs game as it looks like Mitchell knocks the ball free, and that's an incompletion down the right side deep. So 4th and 7 from the Bucs 39 as they look to punt against the Eagles. 14-3 Eagles, 9:50 left in the half. Big play for Michael Penix there as he throws to the sticks to the right, and they got the first down on that one as well. 9 minutes left in the half, and that one, Mooney with a big catch. If you missed it earlier, the Steelers won 24-21 in Dublin, kicking off the European leg of the international tour this year for the NFL as they play back-to-back European games in Dublin and next in London. And then they play the Browns next week, Broncos, Jets in London in 2 weeks, second week of October. But let's go back out to New England as we've got some more scoring in that one, and Alan Siegel's got more for us.
Well, Anthony, the Patriots set it up pretty good with some chunk plays. In fact, they had 3 of them. Austin Hooper, 20-yard reception. Antonio Gibson, a 21-yard run, and Ramondre Stevenson, a 22-yard run. That got them down to the 7-yard line where they were first and goal. They didn't get in then, but in 2nd and goal, Drake May took it in for 5 yards out, and the Patriots now with 14:33 to go in the second have a 14-6 lead, Anthony.
Thank you so much, Alan, and we will continue to monitor that one. The Falcons in the red zone. A impactful play just happened in that one, and we'll get an update as the Commanders try to hold off the Falcons. No Jaden Daniels, no Scary Terry. They are banged up. No Noah Brown, so that offense is beat up, and we got a big play in that one, and we'll update that in a few when Jeff Zell checks in with us from Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Chargers looking to get into the red zone as they just get into the red zone now. And let's go out, as I said, to Atlanta and get an update on the big play in the Falcons-Commanders game. What's going on, Jeff?
I don't know who this team is, but it looks like today it's the Atlanta Falcons. Bijan Robinson, a 14-yard touchdown run to give the Falcons a 17-7 lead over the Commanders. It was a 5-play, 63-yard drive that took 3 minutes and 4 seconds. Really 3 plays on the drive. That run for the touchdown. Right before that, Darnell Mooney, a 15-yard catch from Michael Penix. And before that, a great long pass, Penix to Drake London, 43 yards. And there was even a holding on Marshawn Lattimore on the play. In fact, London is having a heck of a game. 5 catches, 86 yards and a touchdown. Bijan Robinson is running 11 times for 55 yards, 5 a carry. And Penix is 9 of 11, 126 yards and a 144.7 quarterback rating. Falcons 17, Commanders 7, 8:27 to go in the first half.
Thank you so much, Jeff. As we said, could Michael Penix and that offense get going? And so far they have. We'll be back in a bit. We'll take a break. We've got all the updates, the action right here on Gridiron Game Day on Infinity Sportsnet and BetMGM Networks. Stay tuned until we come back, and we'll have the rest of the Week 2 action for you. Anthony Gallo.
Get your 2026 season memberships to see the New England Revolution and claim your seats in the heart of the action for all 17 games. Season members receive amazing benefits, including a player-signed Revolution scarf when you place a deposit today. For more details, head to revolutionsoccer.net. A simple deposit is all it takes. Start enjoying some of your 2026 season member benefits now. That's revolutionsoccer.net/tickets.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I had that dream again. My small business needs IT help, but I don't use LinkedIn, and I hire wrong. So then I'm doing IT, and when I go to plug the servers in, they become sentient, and they won't let us access our network unless we forward their chain emails and memes to more and more and more people, and then I wake up.
Don't let hiring nightmares ruin your dreams. LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant finds and invites best-fit candidates to apply, so you can discover talent you may have missed. Get 50% off your first job post at linkedin.com/skill offer. Terms and conditions apply.
Getting on the network America relies on is easy when you come into your local Verizon store. Come check out their latest deals on phones, accessories, and so much more. From shopping to support and everything in between, it's your one-stop shop to get it all. And when you switch to Verizon, you choose what goes into your unlimited plan and save on what you need. There's never been a better time to switch to the network America relies on. Visit your local Verizon store to speak with a rep and save big today.
T-Mobile is more than the best network in the game. They're now the best network in America, according to the experts at Ookla Speed Test. So MLB fans are connected from home to home plate. With the most advanced 5G, the most towers, and a signal that goes farther than ever, you can keep up with your teams on the road, overseas, and even off the grid. For baseball fans, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data, 1H2025, compatible device and plan required for T-Satellite. See details at T-Mobile.com.
This Prime Big Deal Days, October 7th and 8th, you can get a great deal on a new foot spa, transforming you into the queen of kicking it.
Wait, this has bubble jets. Okay.
Get up to 40% off with Prime Big Deal Days, October 7th and 8th.
Summer's all about fun in the sun. So before you hit the roads to your favorite destination, get your vehicle checked and prepped right at home with complimentary Ford mobile service. Ford expert technicians can perform a lot of the same services right in your driveway that they do in the dealership, like an oil change with the works package, brakes, batteries, tire rotation, and more. So whether you're grilling in the backyard or soaking up some rays, keep enjoying your summer with Ford mobile service. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit fordservice.com for important details and limitations.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? But with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers, a network of 130 million of them, in fact. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills, and Did I say job title? See how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm Scott Hansen, host of NFL Red Zone. Lowe's knows Sundays hit different when you earn them. We've got you covered with outdoor power equipment from Cobalt and everything you need to weatherproof your deck with Trex decking. Plus, with lawn care from Scott's and, of course, Pit Boss grills and accessories, you can get a home field advantage all season long. So get to Lowe's, get it done, and earn your Sunday. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than just Peyton Manning. I'm also motivating Manning. When I say insurance, you say financial services. Insurance. Financial services. Insurance. Financial services. Now when I say nationwide, you say is both. Nationwide. Is both. Nationwide. Is both. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Investment Services Corporation, member FINRA, Columbus, Ohio.
Catch all the action on the Infinity Sports Network. Live 24/7 on your local affiliate, SiriusXM 375, where sports fans tune in. 1019 FM HD2, New York.
An Odyssey station.
Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day, a production of the Infinity Sports Network. Here's your host, Anthony Gallo.
Oh, we're back, and let's go out quickly as we've got a ton of action happening as we speak. First, let's go to Tampa Bay as we've got another touchdown in Eagles-Bucks. Tom Akins has more for us.
Well, indeed, the Philadelphia Eagles have expanded their lead. They now are on top of the Bucs by a score of 21-3, courtesy of a 5-yard touchdown pass from Jalen Hurts to Dallas Goedert. That's the second time this afternoon those two have combined to score. The first one, a 2-yard pass back in the first quarter. The Eagles have thoroughly dominated this ball game. The key play in that drive, the 20-yard pass from Hurts to Devonta Smith, that brought the ball to the 5, and then the Hurts-Goedert combination took it in from there. So far this afternoon, it's been pretty much all Philadelphia Eagles. We're opening we are at the 6:10 point of the second quarter. Philadelphia 21, Tampa Bay 3.
Thank you so much, Tom, as we continue to monitor that matchup of undefeateds. Let's go out to MetLife as Jackson Dart and the Giants try to continue their, winning ways as of right now against the Chargers. 10-3 there, but let's get an update on all the action. Matt Mankiewicz has more.
Okay, first of all, yes, Jackson Dart does have one touchdown to his credit that he ran in from 15 yards out. He's 4 for 5 for 38 yards on this, going into this possession right now. First place in scrimmage is a running play by Sam Scadaboo. They're about midfield right now thanks to a penalty that was incurred on a personal foul on the field goal attempt by Cameron Dicker of the Chargers. 43-yard attempt puts them on the board, but penalties have hampered the Chargers quite a bit. An intentional grounding penalty on Herbert actually forced them back, forcing the longer attempt. But right now, Giants in possession, 7-12 remaining before halftime, leading it 10-3.
Thank you so much, Matt. Let's go out to New England as the Panthers and Patriots battle it out. Alan Siegel has more for us.
All right, Anthony, the Patriots defense today has been more of a bend but don't break type situation. As Carolina offense has moved pretty good. And in the last series, they got it down to the Patriots' 26-yard line. But to the bend but don't break philosophy, Caleb Jason had a sack of Bryce Young, and that brought them all the way back down to the 37. And that created a field goal attempt of 55 yards by Fitzgerald, and he missed it wide right by a lot. So the Patriots were able to take it over, and that is where they are right now. They're on their drive, 2nd and 1 at their own 46-yard line. So right now, New England 14, Carolina 6, 9:34 to go here in the second quarter.
Thank you so much, Alan. The Giants on 3rd down, I think, came up just short of the first down there, as it is now 4th and inches. I think they're going to spot the ball, so we'll see what happens there in that one. Let's go out to Detroit as the Browns and Lions continue to battle. The Lions have the ball right now. Denny Cap has more for us.
All right, Lions lead this one 10-7 midway through the second quarter. The Browns opened this game with a 13-play drive, Anthony, that covered 7-10 of clock and saw Cleveland convert 6 first downs. Since then, 3 possessions. Joe Flacco and the offense have done nothing. An INT, a 3-and-out, and a first down, and then 3 plays and a punt. So Joe now is 3 of 8 since the first drive for just 29 yards. Running game not doing much. Quinshon Judkins sparkled early, has not done much since. Meanwhile, the Lions doing just enough. Jahmyr Gibbs has had a couple of really nice-looking runs, including an 8-yard touchdown run and a 24-yard that was a long. He's got 4 carries now for 43 yards. Goff, 8 of 11 for 77. Last 3 drives in this game between the two teams have ended in punts. Not a lot of offense since we spoke about 20 minutes ago, Anthony. Lions have the ball, leading this one 10-7 with 7:04 to go in the second quarter.
Thank you so much there. Let's go out to Highmark Stadium as the Bills and Saints are battling it out, and Paul Hamilton has more for us.
We have 8:43 left to go here in the second quarter. Saints now have the ball on the Buffalo 49-yard line after 3 pretty easy drives for touchdowns between these two teams as the Bills lead at 14-7. The defenses have finally shown up and have kind of taken over and are playing very well. And the Bills haven't been able to move the ball. Actually, the Saints, when we were talking last time, had a Sanker interception. They had another interception right in their hands, and they dropped that one. And there's a potentially bad injury for the Bills right now as Bernard is on the field, just kind of wreathing in pain, and he's a guy who's often injured, but he's also a guy that makes big plays for the Buffalo Bills, who are already without Oliver, and they're already without Milano, and Bernard would be another huge loss for this football team if he's not able to continue or if he's out for any length of time. And again, he's somebody just like Milano who seems to miss a lot of time with injury, so we'll see where that will go. But all of a sudden, the Bills' offense has sputtered. Josh Allen is 7 of 11 for 115 yards with a TD and an interception. The Saints have 11 carries, and they're averaging 7.1 yards per carry, as Rattler really hasn't thrown the ball all that much. I think he's 4 or 6, if I'm not mistaken. But so we'll see if the Saints try to run the ball a little bit more with that 7.1 average on 11 carries. But they trail it 14-7, and Bernard is up and walking. He has a shoe off, but he's walking on his own power, so that's good news for Bills fans as we have 8:14 left to go here in the second quarter. Saints with the ball on the Buffalo 45.
Thank you so much, Paul. In that Patriots-Panthers game, big play. Drake May down the left side of the field hits Stephon Diggs deep for 33 yards. Diggs, 2 catches, 39 yards as they get into the red zone. There, no other team right now in the red zone as they're the only one. But let's go out as the Texans have the ball, and they're threatening. Texans, Titans, Adam Spillane has more from NRG Stadium.
Yeah, we are under 3 minutes to play in the first half. 6-0 Texans. A couple of field goals from Kaimi Fairbairn, one from 43 yards and then another from 47. They just ran for no gain, or rather for a loss of 1, so they have it now 2nd and 11 at their own 42. We could just play this game 20-20. No team has gotten into the red zone yet. That has been a theme for the Texans this season. This is their 14th quarter of the year. They have made 4 red zone trips and have yet to score a red zone touchdown. But they have been a little bit more efficient offensively today. C.J. Stroud, 10 of 13 for 82 yards. Woody Marks, the rookie out of USC, 8 carries for 34 yards. Stroud has been sacked once, and now he'll be sacked a second time. That's the second time he's been sacked in this game, so that will be a loss of about 7 to the 49-yard line. So the Texans will have a 3rd and long. Tennessee has all 3 of its timeouts left. Cam Ward, 3 of 9 for 40 yards. The Titans were able to drive into Texas territory on their first drive. They had to settle for a Joey Sly 41-yard field goal. He missed it, and Tennessee has done very little offensively. Since we're at the 2-minute warning, Texans lead the Titans 6-0.
Thank you so much, Adam. It was a big hit there for Stroud. Jackson Dart taking a big hit on the incompletion previously. And Jared Goff down the left sideline, a deep pass, and Williamson bobbled it. It hit him in the hands. He looked over I don't know if it was the wrong shoulder thrown by Goff, but he looked over his right. The ball was coming over his left, stuck his hands out, hit him in the hands, dropped it, and they had the punt. So now the Browns have the ball from their own 30 after the punt. Timeout in the Saints-Bills game as the Saints are on the Bills' 45-yard line. 8 minutes to go in the half there. The Commanders kick a field goal. That game 17-10 as it's 2nd and 12 from Atlanta, or they just get the first down on a big pass there, 12 yards to Pitts. So first down from the 42 for the Falcons as they try to get into Commanders territory. The Giants won that challenge, by the way, and now we have another challenge. It's 3rd and 3. Harbaugh's throwing the challenge flag here because it looks like it was a catch. I didn't see the replay, so we'll have to see what happens there. But Harbaugh's challenging the catch, which would make it 3rd and long instead of 3rd and 3. So we'll see what happens in that one. Another big play. Constant big plays in this Lions-Browns game. So once we hear from Denny Cap, we'll get the update there. But a big play, consequential for the Browns if this one stands. So we'll see where that comes from after they confirm it. Nobody else in the red zone besides that. The Patriots, they're threatening. They are 2nd and goal from the 26. They were in the red zone. Penalties and negative yardage push them back as they continue to try and extend their lead as it's 14-6 with 7:29 to go in the half. And we've got an update there. That play's going to stand. So once Denny Cap calls in, we'll update you and get the scene set from that consequential play in Lions versus Browns. And there's a player down on the field in that one. I can't see who it was, but we will get an update on that as well. Let me see if they say who it was here. It looks like Joseph was the one that was hurt from their secondary. So we'll get an update there. Like we said, Bernard back in the game for the Bills as he just made a tackle in that one. Saints have the ball, 2nd and 8 from the Bills, 35, 14-7, 7 minutes go in the half there. Texans in the Titans territory now, up 6 in that one from a pair of field goals. The Eagles about at midfield. They're at their own 42 as they're threatening, trying to put the Bucs away early, 21-3. Eagles over the Bucs, 3.5 minutes to go in the half there. The Giants 10-3 as we're waiting for the update on that challenge, which I think they lost, but we will get an update on that. It'll either be 3rd and 3 from the Chargers 43, or it'll be 3rd and 10 from the 50 of the Giants, or midfield, I guess. And the Patriots now into the red zone. Is this a penalty on them? No, a penalty on the Panthers. So they a little short pass for 5 yards and then a 10-yard penalty on the tripping call on Scott. And they are looking to score. They're threatening, so we'll get an update from that once there's a conclusion there. 4th and 9 from the Bills' 36-yard line. The Saints are probably going to have to settle for a field goal on that one. The Falcons are at midfield. The Giants' call was overturned, so no catch. They're at the 50, 3rd and 10. It's a big 3rd down for them. You can't let the Chargers, and it looks like somebody jumped off sides for the Chargers, so you get a free play, and they chuck it downfield, and Malik Neighbors almost makes a circus catch, but that's going to be a first down for them, and he's down right now, and Giant fans hold their breath, and we'll get an update on that one. He's holding his knee. It looked like he banged it off the ground. Let's hope that's what it is. And we've got a score in the Panthers-Patriots game. We'll get an update on that also. Malik Neighbors went up, and it almost looked like he was about to make the play on like a circus catch. I think he came down awkwardly on his knee, so we'll see what happens. He might have hyperextended it. He didn't come down on his knee, so he might have hyperextended it. We'll get an update there. But let's go out to New England as the Panthers-Patriots have another score in that one, and Alan Siegel updates us from Foxboro.
Now, Anthony, Drake May said this week he wanted to get the ball to Stephon Diggs, and he did in that drive, a 33-yard pass that got them to the 10-yard line, 1st and goal. And it was the running backs that took it the rest of the way because Trayvon Henderson went in from 5 yards out, and the rookie from Ohio State has his first career touchdown. So the Patriots have pushed their lead out to 15 points, 5:48 to go here in the second. It's the Patriots 21, Carolina 6.
Oh, thank you for that one. As the Patriots looking to put that one away as there's 6 minutes left, about 5:48 left in the half in that one. So 21-6. Drake May. Bryce Young has had a decent day. 10 of 15, 104 yards and a touchdown. But Stevenson, 3 carries, 25 yards for the Patriots, and 3 catches for 45 yards for Diggs. Drake May, 6 of 7, 83 yards. Very conservative day for him. He's got a rushing touchdown for 5 yards as well. Travion Henderson adds the touchdown, 4 carries for 15 yards. So if you're a fantasy owner of any of these backs, Stevenson, 3 carries, 25 yards. Gibson has a 21-yard carry, so his only carry of the day. Travion Henderson, 4 carries for 15 yards. So a lot of mixing the ball up there. Austin Hooper has a catch. Travion Henderson has 2, and Stephon Diggs has 3. On the other side for the Panthers, like I said, 10 of 15, 104 yards, and a touchdown for Bryce Young. Chuba Hubbard, 5 carries, 25 yards. David Moore has a carry for 12 yards. Rico Dowd has 4 carries for 11 yards. And McMillan, 2 catches, 25 yards. Sanders out for them at tight end. Tommy Tremble catching 2 of his 3 targets for 22 yards, and he has a touchdown. So if you were able to slot him in late on your fantasy team, I'm sure you're ecstatic there. The Falcons, it's 4th and 2 from Washington's 47. And also, the Lions are on the goal line here, so we'll get an update when that one is concluded and see what happens on that drive. But 4th and 2 for the Falcons in the Commanders-Falcons game. They're on Washington's 47-yard line. I'm not sure if they're going for it or not, as Michael Penix tries to build on what has been a good day for him so far in the first half. 11 of 14, 147 yards. In that one, the Saints settled for the field goal, so that's 14-10 as well. And Josh Allen, 7 of 11, 115 yards, a touchdown and an interception. 10 carries for James Cook, 44 yards and a touchdown. Joe Flacco, which led to this, and we have Malik Neighbors being carted off the field here. So Giant fans, hold your breath, and we will make sure we get an update for all of you on that one. You hate to see such a young, talented player deal with something like that. We've got all the updates. We'll update that Lions game and the score in that one on Gridiron Game Day. Stay tuned. Anthony Gallo back after this.
Stay tuned for more Gridiron Game Day, a production of the Infinity Sports Network.
Bidding on a lighting project? Graybar makes it easy from design to delivery to job site logistics. Smart, scalable, and job site ready. Yep, Graybar does that.
Get your 2026 season memberships to see the New England Revolution and claim your seats in the heart of the action for all 17 games. Season members receive amazing benefits, including a player-signed Revolution scarf when you place a deposit today. For more details, head to revolutionsoccer.net. A simple deposit is all it takes. Start enjoying some of your 2026 season member benefits now. That's revolutionsoccer.net/tickets.
Hiring is a lonely business. Posting jobs, sifting through resumes, interviews with unqualified applicants, being ghosted. What if you could link with dozens of qualified candidates who are ready to work right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, the workforce you need. Problem solved. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
Thanks again for dinner. See you next week at the anniversary party.
Anniversary party? Did the caterer confirm the date?
When you stop at Gulf, one thing you'll never have to think about is the fuel you're putting in your tank.
The venue did, but did the caterer ever respond?
So you can think about other things.
If not, how am I going to feed over 100 people?
And with the Gulf Pay app, you'll get exclusive offers like 5 cents off per gallon every day, along with a fast and convenient way to pay. See app for details. Gulf, it all starts here.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Guys, by now you've heard me talk about Collars & Co., makers of the dress collar polo. They've already sold over 1 million of these amazing shirts. Well, Collars & Co. just came out with the new Maverick Performance Blazer. This blazer is sharp and wrinkle-resistant, so you can travel anywhere with it. Just throw it in your bag and it will remain wrinkle-free. It even comes with security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So visit collarsandco.com and use code TIKI for 20% off at collarsandco.com.
I had that dream again. My small business needs someone to fulfill orders, but I don't use LinkedIn, and I hire wrong.
So our orders get all backed up. We're drowning in paperwork, then actually drowning. Carol is fighting off sharks with a stapler, and pirates are pillaging the office copier, and then I wake up.
Don't let hiring nightmares ruin your dreams. LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant goes beyond the resume, using unique insights to deliver a smarter shortlist. Get 50% off your first job post at linkedin.com/skill offer. Terms and conditions apply.
Do you think astronauts fight over elbow room? Probably. Because advanced tech doesn't always mean more space. Until now. Introducing the Hyundai Ioniq 9, a 3-row electric SUV with over 300 miles of range, ultra-fast charging capability, and lots of space. The all-new Hyundai Ioniq 9. Space in an EV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
EPA estimated range for Ioniq 9 based on fully charged battery. For comparison purposes only. Actual range will vary based on several factors.
It'll only take a minute, they said. But it took a minute to find the aisle with the cheese sauce. A minute to find the shelf with the cheese sauce. And a minute to text pictures of all the cheese sauces. Only to get the reply that... No, none of those are the right cheese sauce. You know what actually takes a minute? Figuring out who's going to DD so no one drives impaired after the game. Take a minute. Make a plan. Never drive impaired. Go to takeaminutenow.com from Diageo, Mad, Uber, and the NFL. Please drink responsibly.
Getting on the network America relies on is easy when you come into your local Verizon store. Come check out their latest deals on phones, accessories, and so much more. From shopping to support and everything in between, it's your one-stop shop to get it all. And when you switch to Verizon, you choose what goes into your unlimited plan and save on what you need. There's never been a better time to switch to the network America relies on. Visit your local Verizon store to speak with a rep and save big today.
So I made the new Eggo protein waffles the other day for my kids, and they couldn't believe how good they tasted, or that they were packed with protein. They have the same great Eggo taste we all know and love, plus 20% of your daily protein. They seriously taste amazing. Whether it's part of your breakfast before school or a quick bite before practice, new Eggo protein waffles and pancakes are an easy way to keep everyone happy. Head to your local grocery store to fuel your morning with Eggo protein waffles and pancakes, available at retailers nationwide.
Join me, JR, weekdays starting at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific for the JR Sport Brief on the Infinity Sports Network.
Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day. Here's your host, Anthony Gallo.
Okay, so we've got a lot going on right now. Patriots in the red zone against the Panthers. Giants in the red zone against the Chargers. Eagles and Titans right outside of the red zones in their respective games. The Saints also in the red zone with the ball, looking to take the lead against the Bills. So a lot of action going on right now. Let's go out to the Patriots game. Panthers, Patriots from Foxboro. Alan Siegel's got more.
All right, Anthony. The Patriots almost had themselves another special teams touchdown as Marcus Jones, who had an 87-yard return for a touchdown earlier, went on another run and within an ankle came within going again the distance, but he got a 61-yard punt return, set the Patriots up 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And right now a pass to Hunter Henry has got them down on the 1-yard line. So with 2:06 and we're about to hit the 2-minute warning, and we are at the 2-minute warning for halftime. It is the Patriots leading 21-6 with the ball on the 1-yard line and a chance to really cement this game, Anthony.
Thank you so much, Alan. And that looked like a touchdown to me. He was close, very close. We're going to get another look right here. Oh, he actually might have been stopped. That's as close as it can be. Even when he spun his backside, the ball never broke the plane, and the Panthers gang tackled him to stop him there. So we'll check back with Alan in a bit when we get some news from that one. Lions, Browns, the Lions right now winning the turnover battle, and Denny Cap's got more for us from Ford Field.
Yeah, you put that perfectly. Lions lead this one 17-7 because of interceptions. Joe Flacco throwing another. Honestly, Lions defensive back DJ Reed made a fantastic play on the ball. Returned it down the right sideline, and the Lions score a few plays later. Jared Goff hitting Amon-Ra St. Brown on a 2-yard touchdown pass. That was the good news if you're a Detroit fan. The bad news is, while Reed was running down the sideline, Kirby Joseph was trying to throw a block and injured himself. Had to be helped into the locker room by the trainers. His return is questionable. And on the last play, as the Browns just punted on their ensuing drive, Aiden Hutchinson went down after getting chip blocked in the hip. He ended up leaving the field on his own power, but that's the second time he's taken a chip block in the hip from an offensive tackle or a tight end. So clearly the Browns have a game plan trying to get to him and clear some space for Quinshon Judkins. He's honestly the only good thing happening for the Browns today. 17-7, the Lions lead this one with 55 seconds to go in the first half. They just take the ball over deep in their own end.
Thank you so much, Denny, and we'll continue to monitor that one. And he's right. Judkins has been a revelation all season for them after he got his season started late. And we've got a couple of field goals being lined up here as the Texans missed a long one, and that one's at half now, 6-0 Texans over Titans. The Eagles are lining up for a field goal here, so once that is taken, we'll get an update on that as there's a minute left in the half in that one. Giants still in the red zone. This drive is never-ending. Incompletions, big plays, penalty after penalty. The Chargers are keeping them on the field, their penalties. Malik Neighbors, it did not look good. We will get it. I don't want to speculate, so we'll get an update once that is confirmed. As he was carted off the field, Joe Alt was carted off the field earlier for the Chargers, so a couple big injuries in that one. The Saints convert the first down as they are on the Bills' 10-yard line or 9-yard line now. 14-10, a minute 45 left in that half. 55 seconds left in the half, like we heard from Denny there, as the Lions have the ball with some time left. Falcons over the Commanders, 17-10. There's about 21 seconds left in that one, so I would assume the Falcons are just going to let the clock run to get to halftime, but we will confirm that in a bit. 4th and 11 now for the Giants as they're unable to complete the pass there after the 2-minute warning, and Jackson Dart and co. are stalled again in the red zone. This time he's got a lot of pressure, and he tried to go around the pass rush, a little like sidearmed action, and threw it right into the dirt. Cam Scatterbo could not come down with it. He wasn't even close to it, so they'll line up for the field goal. Let's go out to Buffalo and get an update from Paul Hamilton in the Saints-Bills game as the Saints are threatening.
Well, the Saints are threatening to take the lead here with 1:36 left to go in the second quarter. They have a 2nd and goal on the Buffalo Bills' 5-yard line. Rattler just picked up a 3rd and 2 on a sneak. Earlier in the drive, Miller went for 13 yards. That's been the key play so far for this, and really key plays were back-to-back sacks by the Saints on Josh Allen to back them up to 4th and 31. Cameron Jordan and Carl Granderson sacked Allen. And the Bills' offense, after starting out fast with 2 scores, their only 2 scores of the game, they have not been able to move. They've been pressuring Allen. They haven't been able to run the ball, and basically it's been 3 and punt for the most part since all that went on. The Saints got a Blake Grupe 54-yard field goal to make it 14-10, and now we'll see what the flag is all about. There was a pass into the corner of the end zone that was incomplete, so we'll see where New Orleans will operate either on 2nd or 3rd down, depending on the flag. We have 1:31 left to go here before halftime, and there is no foul, so it will be 3rd and goal from the 5 for the Saints. 1:31 left to go. They trail 14-10.
Thank you so much, Paul. Let's go out to New England as we've got a conclusion to that drive as the Patriots were on the goal line. Alan Siegel's got more for us.
Well, Anthony, when we left you, it was Hunter Henry to the 1-yard line, almost getting in, and then the 2-minute warning hit. Well, first play after the 2-minute warning, Antonio Gibson took it in the rest of the way, a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Patriots are in really good shape right now. They lead at 28-6, a minute 50 to go till halftime, and they get the ball to start the third quarter. So the fans here in Foxboro, a lot to smile about this afternoon, Anthony.
Thank you so much, Alan, and we will, let's get a little noise there. Bucks Eagles, a big penalty there on the last play as it looked like they caught a little bit of Baker's face mask. Let's go out to the Giants, a conclusion to the drive, and maybe we can get an update on the Malik Neighbors injury from Matt Mankiewicz. What's going on, Matt?
Okay, have not heard anything new on Malik Neighbors as yet. As you know by now, he went down over on the right flat going for a pass, and he had to be carted off the field, but we'll be hearing from that from management soon. Got a minute 15 left in the second quarter right now. 13-3 in favor of the Giants. And Jackson Dart's been doing most of the work as far as rushing is concerned. He's 7 for 11, 59 yards passing, 6 attempts for 44 yards rushing, and actually leads the team or ahead of Cam Scatterby. The latest scoring play was a 31-yard attempt by Jude McAtomney, and that's where the Giants have been. They have not been able to get into the end zone except for that one time when Dart himself ran it in from 15 yards out. Meanwhile, on the other hand, the Chargers have had their own troubles getting into the end zone, and Justin Herbert is 12 for 20 for 88 yards, but a couple of big penalties that kept them out of the red zone. So right now, final minute of play before halftime, Chargers have 3rd and 5 close to midfield, but the Giants lead 13-3.
Thank you so much, Matt. As we have an interception in the Bills game right on the goal line. I didn't see who picked it off, but it was a one-handed pick. They ran a trick play. Olave threw it to Rattler, and it was picked off by Bishop, number 24 for the Bills, on the goal line. I was so confused at who threw that, and now it makes sense why they were focusing on Olave. Like you said, big missed opportunity there for Herbert, as Matt was saying. He clearly did not lead the receiver. Probably would have been a first down. Ended up an incompletion. 3rd and 5 for them, and they get the first down anyway, so it did not matter in that one. The Bucs, it's 3rd and 4 for them on the Philly 47 as they are trying to get something on the board with 8 seconds left in the half. There's about a minute left in the half of the Giants-Chargers, 45 seconds left in the half in the Patriots-Panthers. One game is in halftime right now, and that is the Texans and the Titans, and let's get more from Adam Spillane.
Yeah, it's been a predictably ugly first half between the two winless teams in the AFC South. Texans leading 6-0. A pair of Kaimi Fairbairn field goals has been really all the scoring on this one. He hit from 47. He hit from 43. Joey Sly, on the other hand, has missed 2 field goals in this game. A 41-yarder on the Titans' first possession of the game, and then he missed from 43 wide right. Sliced it right on the final play of the first half. Cam Ward just 7 of 17 for 83 yards. Tony Pollard has run it effectively, 8 carries for 51 yards. For Houston, C.J. Stroud, 10 of 14, 82 yards. He has been sacked twice. Woody Marks has been effective running the football for the Texans, 8 carries for 34 yards. Nico Collins, 2 catches for 25 yards. So we're at the half. It's Houston 6, Tennessee nothing. The Texans will get the ball first to start the second half.
Thank you so much, Alan. A couple of long field goals here. The Bucs lining up for a 65-yard field goal. We'll get an update on that one in a sec. And the Lions ended the half with a 58-yard field goal from Bates. The ball looked good. Then it looked like it was tailing out wide right. And then it, at the last second, went back left through the uprights. And that ended up being a massive field goal. And that game is now 20-7. And the Bucs are lining up here. The Eagles have a guy back. That's how far this field goal is, 65 yards. They're on the Pirate flag at midfield, so we'll get an update there. An incompletion on second down here in the Giants game, as it's now 3rd and 6, 48 seconds left. They're on the Giants' 45-yard line. Herbert and co. are trying to get something before the half. The Patriots have the ball at their own 2. There's about 27 seconds left, so I assume they are going to let the ball or the game run out there. And we've got an update from this Phillies-Eagles game, from the Eagles-Bucs game in a second. That massive field goal, we'll find out if that was good. 65 yards again, 65 yards. That's what they're lining up for as McLaughlin is going to take the kick, and we'll get that update in a second. Bills have the ball from their own 1, about 1:09 left. 1st and 12 as they try to end the half. They're up 14-10 again. The Saints run a trick play. There was like a little end around. Rattler goes out off the right side. Olave coming off of the end around. The double reverse ends up throwing it into the hands of Bishop on the Bills. It was an awesome catch, one-handed, and the Patriots just trying to survive here as they're up against their own goal line. I'm not sure if they're going to do anything crazy. It looks like, yeah, maybe the Panthers are taking a timeout here. They did, forcing them, I guess, to run some more plays. A little risky. They are down 28-6 in that one. 20-7 at the half, Lions over the Browns. 29 seconds left in the Bills game. That one's 14-10. Halftime in the Falcons-Commanders. Falcons up 17-10. Giants have 38 seconds left. It's 4th and 2 from the Giants' 41-yard line. The Giants take a timeout. The Chargers have 2 timeouts left. I think they're going to go for it. So it's 4th and 2 in that one. A little bit of time left in the half in that. Eagles, Bucks. The Bucks end up hitting the field goal, 65 yards for McLaughlin. That game is 24-6. And then the Titans and Texans, that's 6-0 Texans. Cam Ward, 7 of 17 for 83 yards. So his rookie year blues continue. We've got a flag. Oh, it looks like a big play in this one. It might be a flag, so it might not count for the Chargers, but it looked like Herbert threw the pick to Deonte Banks. I think it's on the Giants offside, so that was just a free play. That's going to put them in the field goal range, it looks like. What is it? Is that a 5 or a 10-yard penalty? That's 5 yards, right? 5 yards. So that puts them at the 36 now. It was intercepted. Obviously, I don't think he makes that pass if that is not a known offsides in that one. Let's see who jumped off on that. It was a dual Carter. It was been great today. Herbert has taken a beating. To his credit, I know he's only got the 3 points. To his credit, he's taken a beating. He's 15 of 25, 106 yards and an interception. Jackson Dart, 6 carries, 44 yards and a touchdown, 7 of 11 for 59 yards in the air. The touchdown being a rushing touchdown. 24 rushing yards for Justin Herbert as well. And I think most of that came on one run. I think we're about to go to half here in New England. I'm not sure if the Panthers are going to take a timeout or not, as that one's 28-6 with 12 seconds left, and they are going to take a timeout. Force the punt, and they are deep enough. I guess it's smart enough. You got to get the points. 1st and 10 for the Chargers on the 36, and Justin Herbert and Co. are trying to get some points on the board as they trail by 10 in that one, 13-3, and of course, a huge play in that one could be the most impactful play of that game. It could really dictate a lot as the Giants are going to get the ball back at half, and we'll get Matt Mankiewicz on the call to update that one as the Giants and Chargers try to battle it out. Malik Neighbors, no update yet. He was carted off. Let's get an update from Pete McCarthy. We'll come back. We'll give you the rest of the halftime updates as these games go into the half. Anthony Gallo, Pete McCarthy with the update.
Infinity Sports Network Sports Flash.
All right, Anthony. Progressive Commercial Insurance protects small businesses with affordable coverage options. Quote today at progressivecommercial.com. A couple of perhaps major injuries at MetLife Stadium. As you mentioned, Anthony, Giants receiver Malik Neighbors carted off after his right knee buckled, planting to jump. Neighbors grabbed his knee right away, was carted off. Chargers left tackle Joe Alt was also carted off with a right ankle injury. Remember, Alt is filling in for the previously injured Rashawn Slate on the blind side for the Chargers. That doesn't stop the Chargers from scoring a touchdown late in this first half as they look to move to 4-0. Chargers still trailing the Giants 13-10 in Jackson Dart's first career start. Earlier, Carson Wentz rallied the Vikings to 15 fourth-quarter points, but it wasn't enough in Dublin. 24-21, Steelers beat the Vikings to improve to 3-1 on the season. There's also a report that Steelers backup quarterback Skylar Thompson was assaulted and robbed in Ireland on Friday night. Thompson was briefly hospitalized with minor injuries, according to the Irish Independent newspaper. A vital game starting a couple of hours from now. Barring a tie, either the Ravens or the Chiefs are going to finish September at 1-3. Pivotal game at Arrowhead. And in other Chiefs-ish news, Taylor Swift has reportedly passed on an offer to headline the Super Bowl halftime show. The NFL declined to meet her demands. Other games still to come. Daniel Jones and the Colts look to move to 4-0 as they visit the Rams. The 49ers also eyeing 4-0, hosting the Jaguars. The Bears and Raiders go at it in Vegas. And tonight, Micah Parsons returns to Dallas in Packers Duds. At the Ryder Cup, Europe has a 12-5 lead on the U.S. going into today. The biggest lead in the individual matches sees Matt Fitzpatrick 3 up on Bryson DeChambeau. It's going to be a lot for the U.S. to overcome. Baseball, still one playoff spot up for grabs on this final day of the regular season. The Reds will claim that final wild card spot in the National League with a win in Milwaukee. If the Reds lose, the Mets will get in if they could beat the Marlins. Also on the line, the AL East and the AL Central. I'm Pete McCarthy.
The fun continues on the Infinity Sports Network.
Do you want opinionated sports talk with the biggest guests on the radio? Of course you do. So check out the Zach Gelb Show, weekdays at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on the Infinity Sports Network.
When it comes to lighting, Gray Bar goes beyond parts and products. We help contractors turn plans into smart designs, manage kitting and deliverables, and navigate local codes so you can stay on time and on budget. Smart, scalable, job site ready. That's not just lighting. That's like kicking your project into Gray Bar mode. Yep, Gray Bar does that.
Get your 2026 season memberships to see the New England Revolution and claim your seats in the heart of the action for all 17 games. Season members receive amazing benefits, including a player-signed Revolution scarf when you place a deposit today. For more details, head to revolutionsoccer.net. A simple deposit is all it takes. Start enjoying some of your 2026 season member benefits now. That's revolutionsoccer.net/tickets.
Hiring is a lonely business. Posting jobs, sifting through resumes, interviews with unqualified applicants, being ghosted. What if you could link with dozens of qualified candidates who are ready to work right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, the workforce you need. Problem solved. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
I missed too many putts today. It's gotta be my putter, right?
When you stop at golf, one thing you'll never have to think about is the fuel you're putting in your tank.
Maybe it's time to finally buy a new one.
So you can think about other things.
And maybe upgrade my wedges too? Or maybe just go all in on a new driver.
And with the Golf Pay app, you'll get exclusive offers like 5 cents off per gallon every day, along with a fast and convenient way to pay. See app for details. Golf, it all starts here.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Guys, by now you've heard me talk about Collars & Co., makers of the dress collar polo. They've already sold over 1 million of these amazing shirts. Well, Collars & Co. just came out with the new Maverick Performance Blazer. This blazer is sharp and wrinkle-resistant, so you can travel anywhere with it. Just throw it in your bag and it will remain wrinkle-free. It even comes with security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So visit collarsandco.com and use code TIKI for 20% off at collarsandco.com.
I had that dream again. My small business needs IT help, but I don't use LinkedIn, and I hire wrong. So then I'm doing IT, and when I go to plug the servers in, they become sentient, and they won't let us access our network unless we forward their chain emails and memes to more and more and more people, and then I wake up.
Don't let hiring nightmares ruin your dreams. LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant finds and invites best-fit candidates to apply, so you can discover talent you may have missed. Get 50% off your first job post at linkedin.com/skill offer. Terms and conditions apply.
Do you think astronauts fight over elbow room? Probably. Because advanced tech doesn't always mean more space. Until now. Introducing the Hyundai Ioniq 9, a 3-row electric SUV with over 300 miles of range, ultra-fast charging capability, and lots of space. The all-new Hyundai Ioniq 9. Space in an EV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
EPA estimated range for Ioniq 9 based on fully charged battery. For comparison purposes only. Actual range will vary based on several factors.
Getting on the network America relies on is easy when you come into your local Verizon store. Come check out their latest deals on phones, accessories, and so much more. From shopping to support and everything in between, it's your one-stop shop to get it all. And when you switch to Verizon, you choose what goes into your unlimited plan and save on what you need. There's never been a better time to switch to the network America relies on. Visit your local Verizon store to speak with a rep and save big today.
So I made the new Eggo protein waffles the other day for my kids, and they couldn't believe how good they tasted, or that they were packed with protein. They have the same great Eggo taste we all know and love, plus 20% of your daily protein. They seriously taste amazing. Whether it's part of your breakfast before school or a quick bite before practice, new Eggo protein waffles and pancakes are an easy way to keep everyone happy. Head to your local grocery store to fuel your morning with Eggo protein waffles and pancakes, available at retailers nationwide.
This is Bill Ryder, and I'm Ryder Man. At least for 2 hours, starting weekday mornings, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, on the Infinity Sports Network.
Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day, a production of the Infinity Sports Network. Here's your host, Anthony Gallo.
Oh, we're back, and all of these games are now at halftime. Titans and Texans actually kicked off their half as well. But first, let's go out to Matt Mankiewicz at MetLife as we had a big play before the half, and Matt has more for you.
That's right. Justin Herbert finally made a touchdown connection to Quentin Johnson, 36-yard pass that makes it 13-10 now in favor of the Giants at the half. But what happened a couple of plays back was that he actually threw an interception, but was called back on an offside call. That kept the drive going, got the Chargers a first down, kept things going for them, and they finally did make it pay off. On the other hand, Jackson Dart, in his debut as a starter, did run in a touchdown from 15 yards out. He's 7 for 11, 59 yards passing. Okay day so far. Herbert, on the other hand, 16 for 26 for 142. A lot of those coming on this most recent drive. So still a very close game here. Penalties have really held the Chargers back a little bit. One finally went in their favor, and they were able to convert on it. So it's 13-10 at the half.
Thank you so much, Matt, as we'll continue to monitor that one, and we still don't have an update yet on Malik Neighbors. You can't give Justin Herbert extra downs. Also, to be fair, it was a free play, so when Abdul Carter jumped off, I think Herbert was just trying to maximize that one, knowing there was no risk. But you can't give him free plays like that, and they paid for it as they got the touchdown there at the end. Let's go out to New England as the Panthers and Patriots are at half as well, and Alan Siegel's got more for us.
Well, Anthony, the way this thing started, it looked like Carolina was going to have their way this afternoon because they took the opening kickoff and went 76 yards in 7 plays and ended with a Bryce Young 70-yard pass to Tommy Tremble. And then the Patriots went 3 and out in their first series, and Carolina moved a little bit in their second series, but then was forced to punt, and then the game changed completely. Marcus Jones, an 87-yard punt return, made it 7-6 at the end of the first quarter, and in the second quarter, it's been all Patriots as their offense and defense have dominated. It was Drake May 5-yard touchdown run to make it 14-6. Travion Henderson, his first career touchdown, a 5-yard run, 21-6. And then after Marcus Jones, 61-yard punt return to the 10-yard line. Antonio Gibson, a 1-yard touchdown run, and that is where we stand. At halftime, the Patriots lead at 28-6 over Carolina, and they get the ball to start the third quarter, Anthony.
Thank you so much, Alan. Big play there for Pollard. He took a massive hit and was able to stay on his feet. And let's go out to Houston as the Titans and Texans are underway in the second half. Alan Spillane's got more.
Yeah, to put this game in a nutshell, we have had 3 missed field goals and 0 plays run in the red zone. And the third missed field goal of this game occurred at the start of the second half. The Texans had a drive stall at the Titans' 36-yard line. Kaimi Fairbairn, though, missed a 54-yard field goal attempt after he had made 2 field goals in the first half. Tennessee with the ball. They have it at the Texans' 45-yard line, but a 3rd and 12 coming up for Cam Ward. Joey Sly missed a 41-yard field goal on the Titans' first possession of the game and a 43-yard field goal at the end of the first half. And they just run a draw on 3rd and 12. It goes nowhere. And so the Titans will punt it away. So these teams are moving, are able to get into opponent territory. But once they do, they have basically stalled out. At every time we've heard some boos from Texans fans the last couple of possessions when they have failed on 3rd down. So we are at 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. It's the Texans 6 and the Titans 9.
Thank you so much, Adam. Let's go out to Ford Field and get an update on the Browns and the Lions in the second half. And Denny Cap has more for us.
All right, second half underway. Browns start with the ball. Lions lead this one by 13. Anthony, we spoke in the pregame that the key to this game would be the Browns' offense not shooting itself in the foot to keep pace with Detroit. Well, Cleveland ripped off an 88-yard first drive that ended with a Quinshon Judkins touchdown, but in their next 5 drives, they never had one that had more than 4 plays. They totaled just 45 yards before taking a knee to end the half. So it was a mess. Jared Goff, though, he's been on target as the Lions' offensive line did a good job of mitigating Myles Garrett in the second quarter. Jamison Williams dropped a pair of passes, or honestly, this lead could be another touchdown larger. Goff went 12 of 18 for 118 yards and a touchdown to Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's got a QB rating right now of 103.5. Since 2023, Anthony, he has 22 games with a QB rating over 100, and that's tied for the most in the NFL. So he has really been consistent, especially here at Ford Field, where he's done it 8 of the last 9 times to go with a couple of touchdowns in those games. 13:05 to go in the third quarter. Browns trying to avoid another punt, and they're going to have to punt as the ball actually is strip sacked, and the Lions may have fallen on it. It looks like the Lions are celebrating. No, it's going to stay Browns ball, but they're going to have to punt. So it's going to be a 4th and long from the Browns zone. 12:56 to go in the third quarter.
Man, Ford Field is rocking right now as you hear that crowd. They're juiced up for their Lions. 20-7 right now, like he said. Let's go out to Tom Aikens as the Eagles and Bucks continue their battle of the undefeateds. What's going on, Tom?
Well, early in the third quarter, the Philadelphia Eagles lead the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 24-6. Not a whole lot to yell about as far as the home fans are concerned, except for a 65-yard field goal that Chase McLaughlin kicked as time expired in the first half. That's one of 2 field goals McLaughlin has, the other 42 yards. That accounts for the Bucs' points. For the Eagles, it's been the Jalen Hurts show. 15 out of 16, 130 yards, 2 touchdowns, both to Dallas Goedert. Eagles have dominated the play this afternoon. We'll see if the Bucs can come up with a second-half comeback. They've won 3 in a row doing exactly that, so the challenge is right before them this afternoon. We are early in the third quarter, 12:32 left to play in this period. Philadelphia 24, Tampa Bay 6.
Thank you so much, Tom. And just to note again, that 65-yard field goal was the longest outdoor stadium field goal in NFL history. So the Bucs make it a little bit of history today as they've got the ball back after that big return, as Tom said, and we continue to monitor the rest of the league. Let's update some of the scores. Obviously, nothing big so far. Commanders have the ball. They're on the 34. Atlanta's 34, 3rd and 7. That game's 17-10 as Mariota is trying to lead that team down the field. And we've got a false start actually pushed them back 5 yards to make it 3rd and 7. The Saints have the ball. They ended disappointingly, obviously, on the goal line. They run the trick play, turns out into a turnover. They don't actually score, so they're still down 14-10 at midfield, 13:44 left in the third. As we heard, 20-7, 12:50 left in the third. In that Lions game is the Lions lead. Still at halftime, Patriots-Panthers 28-6. Patriots, Giants, Chargers, the last of the games to go into the half. Justin Herbert with a great play. Couple penalties. Both teams defensively have made too many penalties, have kept drives along far too long. Malik Neighbors carted off. Joe Alt carted off. We haven't gotten confirmation on their injuries. All we've heard so far is Joe Alt was questionable to return. We'll get something on Malik Neighbors soon. But the Giants give Justin Herbert too many chances, and he made him pay with a beautiful throw at the end of the half to Johnston. Herbert, 16 of 26, 142 yards and a touchdown. Cam Scatterbo, 10 carries for 46 yards. Quentin Johnston, 6 catches, 68 yards for a touchdown. Eagles up 24-6 over the Bucs. The Bucs have the ball at the 40 in Eagles territory as they try to shorten that lead. Jalen Hurts, 15 of 16, 130 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 4 carries for 42 yards. Dallas Goedert, 4 receptions, 37 yards, 2 touchdowns. Vita Vea with a big third down sack earlier to force the punt. Titans down 6 to the Texans. Texans have the ball in their own territory as that one continues to underwhelm. Let's go out to Atlanta as we've got Commanders, Falcons. The Commanders have the ball, and we'll get an update from Jeff Zell. What's going on, Jeff?
Well, Commanders chipping away at 17-13 Falcons, 10-12 to go in the third quarter. Matt Gay just kicked a 52-yard field goal. We'll go with this earlier 43-yarder. You know, I was thinking it doesn't seem like teams ever miss field goals against the Falcons here at Mercedes-Benz. I know Chase McLaughlin missed one earlier in the year in the opener. Last year, in fact, after looking at the box scores, Atlanta had 21 field goals attempted against them. All 21 were made at Mercedes-Benz. So it's not just my crazy perception. It is reality, except for that first game against Tampa Bay. Now, on this drive, Washington had a point where they were 1st and 30. Falcons give up a 16-yard catch to Luke McCaffrey. And then also on a 1st and 15, a 3rd and 15, Marcus Mariota scrambles and gets the first down, 22 yards. The Falcons a golden opportunity to stop them there. On the day for Washington, the big offensive stars, Luke McCaffrey has a touchdown and leads them in 21 yards receiving. And Chris Rodriguez has 53 yards rushing, 49 on one play. So I think if Washington, anyone started both those guys at fantasy, they should get free tickets to the next Commanders game. But anyway, it is 17-13, Falcons on top, 10-12 to go here in the third quarter.
Thanks so much, Jeff, on that one. That's very funny. We've got an update on the Giants game. Neighbors ruled out, no specification, just a knee injury. And then Joe Alt also ruled out high ankle sprain. So both of those guys, 2 critical injuries to this team. Jackson Dart and the Giants have the ball. It's 3rd down from about the midfield area. They're about 43rd yard. We'll get an update on all the action as well. Second half's kicked off. We've got a big 4 o'clock slate. We've got so much NFL action left. 5 more jam-packed hours of football. And Jody Mack joins us at 6. We'll recap the 1 o'clock games. We'll react to the 4 o'clock games and preview the primetime games. Anthony.
Get your 2026 season memberships to see the New England Revolution and claim your seats in the heart of the action for all 17 games. Season members receive amazing benefits, including a player-signed Revolution scarf when you place a deposit today. For more details, head to revolutionsoccer.net. A simple deposit is all it takes. Start enjoying some of your 2026 season member benefits now. That's revolutionsoccer.net/tickets.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Guys, by now you've heard me talk about Collars & Co., makers of the dress collar polo. They've already sold over 1 million of these amazing shirts. Well, Collars & Co. just came out with the new Maverick Performance Blazer. This blazer is sharp and wrinkle-resistant, so you can travel anywhere with it. Just throw it in your bag and it will remain wrinkle-free. It even comes with security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So visit collarsandco.com and use code TIKI for 20% off at collarsandco.com.
At LinkedIn, we know hiring is a big deal for small businesses. Sometimes it can even feel a little overwhelming. That's why LinkedIn uses data that you can't find anywhere else, like skills, interests, and mutual connections to find you the best candidates. Also, you can feel confident you're hiring the best person for the job, and maybe even a little hiring bliss. See why 86% of small businesses who post a job on LinkedIn get a qualified candidate within a day. Post a job for free at linkedin.com/skill. That's linkedin.com/skill. LinkedIn, your next great hire is here.
Do you think astronauts fight over elbow room? Probably. Because advanced tech doesn't always mean more space. Until now. Introducing the Hyundai Ioniq 9, a 3-row electric SUV with over 300 miles of range, ultra-fast charging capability, and lots of space. The all-new Hyundai Ioniq 9. Space in an EV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
EPA estimated range for Ioniq 9 based on fully charged battery. For comparison purposes only. Actual range will vary based on several factors.
Getting on the network America relies on is easy when you come into your local Verizon store. Come check out their latest deals on phones, accessories, and so much more. From shopping to support and everything in between, it's your one-stop shop to get it all. And when you switch to Verizon, you choose what goes into your unlimited plan and save on what you need. There's never been a better time to switch to the network America relies on. Visit your local Verizon store to speak with a rep and save big today.
So, I made the new Eggo protein waffles the other day for my kids, and they couldn't believe how good they tasted, or that they were packed with protein. They have the same great Eggo taste we all know and love, plus 20% of your daily protein. They seriously taste amazing. Whether it's part of your breakfast before school or a quick bite before practice, new Eggo protein waffles and pancakes are an easy way to keep everyone happy. Head to your local grocery store to fuel your morning with Eggo protein waffles and pancakes, available at retailers nationwide.
T-Mobile is more than the best network in the game. They're now the best network in America, according to the experts at Ookla Speed Test. So MLB fans are connected from home to home plate. With the most advanced 5G, the most towers, and a signal that goes farther than ever, you can keep up with your teams on the road, overseas, and even off the grid. For baseball fans, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data 1H2025, compatible device and plan required for T-Satellite. See details at T-Mobile.com.
This Prime Big Deal Days, October 7th and 8th, you can get a great deal on a new foot spa, transforming you into the queen of kicking it.
Wait, this has bubble jets. Okay.
Get up to 40% off with Prime Big Deal Days, October 7th and 8th.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So, what's that about?
So, let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
32. The Infinity Sports Network. Listen live 24/7 on SiriusXM 375. Featuring Bill Ryder, Maggie and Perloff, and more. Infinity Sports Network. 1019 FM HD2, New York.
An Odyssey station.
Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day, a production of the Infinity Sports Network. Here's your host, Anthony Gallo.
So, some bad news from MetLife. Confirmation going into break. Ian Rappaport says the Giants fear that Malik Nabers has a torn ACL. And also, Jackson Dart, I think, is getting checked out in the blue 10th for a concussion. He took a little bit of a shot to the head, keeled over a bit. He looked like he was frustrated on the sideline, so maybe he's fine, but Russell Wilson is in there. We've got a big play here in New England as that game is getting lopsided, so we'll get an update on that. The Bills are threatening in the red zone. The Falcons in the red zone. And we got a lot going on. The Browns are in the red zone. Everyone's in the red zone. The Giants had it. So that play that Jackson Dart got hurt on, he actually had scrambled, got to the 5-yard line, but they called a holding, so that got called back, and they eventually punted. But let's go out to Foxboro and get an update in that one-sided affair. Patriots, Panthers, Alan Siegel's got it all covered.
Anthony, you just described a perfectly one-sided affair, because since the opening when Carolina did jump out on top 6-0, it's been all Patriots offensively and defensively, and they may have just put the game away completely as they took the kickoff for the second half and went all the way down from the 22-yard line, and it took them 8 plays, and it was Drake May to Hunter Henry from 31 yards out that completed the touchdown and the drive. And the Patriots now, Drake May, 11 for 13, 166 yards, and 1 touchdown. And for the Patriots, Drake May, as I said, wanted to get the ball to Stephon Diggs. He's done that this afternoon. 5 receptions for 71 yards, as long as it's 33. No score yet for Stephon Diggs, but it's early in the second half. And the Patriots are in complete control, Anthony, leading at 35-6.
Thank you so much, Alan. Let's go out to Atlanta. Like I said, the Falcons were in the red zone moments ago, and Jeff Zell updates us on that drive.
Well, Falcons are up 24-13 over the Commanders with 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter. And I've got to say, who are these guys? This certainly is the offense we saw last week. Matt Gay kicks the 52-yard field goal. The Falcons come back, score a touchdown on a 2-play, 76-yard, 47-second drive. Michael Penix, a 7-yard touchdown pass to Kyle Pitts. Pitts now has 4 catches, 48 yards. The play before that, a short pass to Bijan Robinson. He took it 69 yards from his own 24 to the Washington 7. He has 14 touches, 129 yards, 12 carries, 54 yards, 2 catches, 75 yards. Penix, the guy who couldn't do anything last week, 14 of 19, 226 yards and a 148 quarterback rating. Drake London, 6 catches, 95 yards. Some injury updates. Natron Brooks, the concussion is out. Darnell Mooney, hamstring, questionable. Falcons lead this one 24-13 with 7:15 to go here in the third quarter.
Thank you so much, Jeff. Let's go out to Detroit as the Browns are threatening in the red zone, and Denny Cap has us an update there.
And the Browns convert on a field goal. Andre Schmidt from 34 yards out makes it a 10-point game. Detroit's lead cut to 20-10. That comes after Jared Goff threw an interception, a second of the season, to Denzel Ward, and that was intercepted and returned to the Lions, a 42-yard line. He underthrew Jamison Williams, who was running wide open. And Jamison Williams, I think, has more targets today than he has combined in the first 3 weeks, and he only has 1 catch. There's been a lot of miscommunications between him and Goff today, but I think the last one looked like it was on Goff. Nonetheless, that's the boost the Browns may have needed here after a really flat finish to the first half. They're within 10 as they get ready to kick off to the Lions with 6:44 to go in the third quarter, Anthony.
Thank you so much, Denny. A big play in the Eagles-Bucs game, and that one just got interesting. We'll get an update there very soon. First, let's go out to Houston as the Titans and Texans continue to battle it out in the AFC South, and Adam Spillane has us covered.
And this is now a 2-possession game after C.J. Stroud just hit Woody Marks for a 12-yard touchdown catch. It was the first play that either team has run in the red zone this afternoon. It's just the Texans' 5th red zone trip this season, and it is their first red zone touchdown. A great drive by the Texans. It was a 13-play drive that actually went 102 yards because of 20 yards worth of penalties. But the big play was after 2 penalties and then a 3-yard loss on a 1st and 30. Stroud hit Nico Collins for 37 yards to obviously pick up the first down and really allow this drive to get going. Stroud in this game now 18 of 23, 179 yards and a touchdown. Marks, the rookie out of USC, has run it 14 times for 48 yards. But he also has 3 catches for 30 yards and the touchdown, and he is really the running back who has been on the field the most here in the second half. The Texans go for 2. They do not get it as Stroud threw incomplete to Christian Kirk. So 14:55 to play. It's the Texans 12, the Titans nothing.
Thank you so much. Let's go out to Matt Mankiewicz, as obviously we had the update on the injuries, but we had a big third down there for the Chargers, and Matt's got more for us.
That's right. That's right. A Marion Hampton 18-yard run marched the Chargers toward midfield. That's where they are right now, 3rd and 12 right now, as their drive looks like it's stalling a little bit with 8:17 left in the third quarter. Giants, of course, ahead 13-10. As far as Neighbors is concerned, the official report is that he's been downgraded to out, and they only say knee injury. Don't speculate any further. However, there has been talk in the press box, simply judging by the way he went down, just looking at the replays, that it could be an ACL, but nothing official as of yet. So that's where things stand right now. 13-10 Giants, 7:58 left in the third quarter.
Thank you so much, Matt. Let's go out to Buffalo as the Bills made a big play moments ago, and Paul Hamilton will update us there.
Well, the Bills made some adjustments at halftime as they put together a 9-play, 80-yard drive. It took 6 minutes and 9 seconds. Buffalo had a 2nd and 19, and from there, that's when the drive took off. Palmer had an 11-yard reception. Shakir on 3rd and 8 had a 17-yard reception. Cook runs for 11. Hawes for 15. Cook now has 18 carries for 100 yards, and Allen takes it in for the touchdown. Why I say they got it fixed, you know what the Bills did to start the game. They had 2 touchdown drives, 14 plays, 145 yards combined. On the next 4 drives, they had 14 plays for 5 yards, and that was it. So they went into halftime, obviously got it fixed, and now the Bills lead it by 21-10 with 4:08 left to go here in the third quarter. The Saints do have the ball on the 42-yard line. The Saints also, before Buffalo got that, They punted on 4th and 3 from the Bills' 49. I don't think their head coach realizes they're 0-3 and have nothing to really play for, but I'll let your listeners decide if that was a good decision or not. But 21-10, the Bills lead it with 3:43 left to go here in the third quarter.
Thank you so much, Paul. And he's right. They do. You got to take some chances when you're down that much. And we've got a punt in the Chargers game, but there is a flag on the field. So we'll see what that leads to as the Giants, as of right now, have the ball back. But a huge play, to get the Bucs back into it. And Tom Atkins has got more for us.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers trying to jump back into this ball game. Baker Mayfield and Emeka Egbuka hooked up on a 77-yard touchdown pass that brought the Buccaneers back into the ball game. We have seen the Buccaneers this past 3 games come back with last-second wins. Could we be looking at another one today? The Eagles have dominated up to this point, but right now things are getting a little bit closer. 9:39 to play in the third quarter. It's the Eagles 24, the Buccaneers 13.
Thank you so much, Tom, and we'll continue to monitor that. It would be special. Obviously, never been done before. It hadn't been done before that a team started the season with 3 come-from-behind game-winning drives, and to add another one would just add to the greatness of that one. Jared Goff missing deep down the left side to Williams on that play, as that's 4th and 4 now, and the Browns are going to get the ball back in that one as it's 20-10 in the third quarter. And the Saints have the ball now in the red zone, 21-10. Saints have the ball 1st and 10 from Buffalo's 20. The Commanders punt, and the Falcons have the ball back, and they're now marching down the field at their own 36. We'll continue to monitor that. The Giants penalty, I think, was an offensive hold, so that does not affect them much. They have the ball 1st and 10. Again, they've had a lot of bad starting field positions to start their drives, as they're now within the 10 again. I think this is the 3rd time today they're starting from backed up in their own 10-yard line. The Eagles, 3rd and 8 on Philly's 42nd-yard line. They have the ball. Jalen Hurts scrambled for 2 yards to make it 3rd and 8, as they're trying to keep that drive alive and, fight off this Bucs comeback as they try to come back yet again. Titans are down 12-0, 1st and 10 from the Titans' 29-yard line after the kickoff. We'll continue to monitor that one as Cam Ward still searching for his first win. The Texans in the young season, they're still searching for their first win. And we've got a penalty here in the Bills game against the Bills, so giving the Saints a little bit more life. It was too many men on the field, so a 5-yard penalty there. 1st and 5 from Buffalo's 15. And this is massive because if the Saints would have gotten points at the end of that half, we could have been looking at them threatening the tie here. A lot of bad, I don't want to, it's early, so we don't know which teams are bad, but you kind of get a feeling. Saints, Giants, the way they ended the half kind of showed you, the bad teams make the mistakes and the good teams capitalize, as Justin Herbert and co. capitalized at the end of the half there. As they punted, though. Very conservative game plan, I guess. A little frustrating at times. Watching Roman call this offense, I don't understand why they don't let Justin Herbert open it up a bit. I thought this against Las Vegas, and I thought it against the Giants as well, as they are playing not the greatest secondaries, and he is one of the best quarterbacks in the league, so you hope he takes advantage of it. He's 19 of 30, 161 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Dexter Lawrence with the interception, batted it in the air, picked it off. It looks like Jackson Dart is back in the game. I'm just waiting for the massive offensive lineman. It is Jackson Dart, as he's back in the game. The linemen were blocking him. 1st and 10 from the 4th. So Giant fans, a little bit of good news there. Malik Neighbors out. We've heard Ian Rappaport report that it is speculated the Giants fear it's an ACL tear. Nothing confirmed yet. But not Justin Herbert. Jackson Dart being able to come back on the field is a big move there for the Giants. A little bit of life in that one. 4th and 8 for the Commanders, as they're going to kick a field goal here. They're lining up for a 41-yard attempt, so we'll get an update there. And the Saints are now on the 3. It's 3rd and goal. And let's go out to Atlanta to get an update on that field goal from Jeff Zell.
Well, 24-16, Falcons now lead it. 4:22 to go here in the third quarter. A very, very bad play by Michael Penix. Drastically underthrew Drake London, and it was picked off by Mike St. Ristel at the 48, returned it to the 25. Now, Falcons defense really stood strong. Washington went 4 plays, only 2 yards, a lot of bad passes by Marcus Mariota, but still, Matt Gay, a 41-yard field goal, as I told you. Opponents don't miss field goals against the Falcons at Mercedes-Benz. 21-21 last year, and 3 of 3 in this game. Right now it is 24-16, Falcons on top, 4 minutes and 15 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Thank you so much, Jeff, as they continue. Michael Penix leaving the door open, and we've got a result to that drive. So the Bills, Saints, the Saints are trying to stay alive. You know, they were 14.5-point underdogs. They're well underneath that right now, so we'll see what that drive resulted in. Jackson Dart fumbled. Andrew Thomas recovered. They're about to punt at 4th and 13 from their own, about the 2. It could even be the 1 from this angle. It's tough to see. For those of you that are keeping track, we've already hit one of our picks today as Quentin Johnston is 76 yards, so that's well over the 48.5 in that one. The Eagles ended up punting, so the Bucs have the ball from their own 22. The Giants are able to get the punt off, and it's a good punt. They get it down to the other side of the field with about a 8-yard return, so the Chargers will have the ball at about their 39, 40-yard line. And we'll see. The Saints ended up scoring on a Chris Olave touchdown. They're going for 2, and there's a timeout on the field, so we'll see what happens in that one. As all these games near the fourth quarter, the Texans and the Titans are in the fourth quarter. That is the only game right now. And you can always tell where the poor offensive performances are because that is usually the game that flies through. Titans, Texans, 12-0 as the Titans are trying to get on the board. Cam Ward scrambled for 10 yards to get them to the 46, their own 46, and they have a first down there. So we'll continue that. We'll continue updates from all of these games. No one in the red zone right now as the Saints are going for 2 in that one with 14 seconds left in the third. We've got a lot more action. The 4 o'clock window is an hour away. The fourth quarter of the 1 o'clock window is almost upon us. Anthony Gallo, Gridiron Game Day. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned for more Gridiron Game Day, a production of the Infinity Sports Network.
Health insurance rates in America are surging, leaving millions without affordable options. But Christians don't need to waste money on a broken system. Christian Healthcare Ministries is an alternative to health insurance at half the cost. With CHM, fellow believers contribute monthly to help pay each other's medical bills while lifting one another up in prayer. It's financial and spiritual support when you need it most. Join CHM today by visiting chministries.org/solution. That's chministries.org/solution.
You tired of the same old wrench-turning gig? Are you a skilled mechanic ready to take the wheel on your career? H&K Group Incorporated wants to meet you. We're hiring road, shop, and diesel mechanics to join our team of industry leaders. If you got the skills, we're talking top pay, 100% paid benefits, and job security with a team that runs on precision, power, and pride. Step up and get paid what you're worth. Your future starts here. H&K Group does not discriminate. Apply today. Visit hkgroup.com. That's hkgroup.com.
Get your 2026 season memberships to see the New England Revolution and claim your seats in the heart of the action for all 17 games. Season members receive amazing benefits, including a player-signed Revolution scarf when you place a deposit today. For more details, head to revolutionsoccer.net. A simple deposit is all it takes. Start enjoying some of your 2026 season member benefits now. That's revolutionsoccer.net/tickets.
I like our quiet dinners now that the kids are older.
Yeah, more Hatfield recipe essentials for us.
Like I'd miss meatball night.
When better care leads to better pork, it's irresistible. Hatfield Pork. Better care, better pork.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next-day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hiring is a lonely business. Posting jobs, sifting through resumes, interviews with unqualified applicants, being ghosted. What if you could link with dozens of qualified candidates who are ready to work right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, the workforce you need. Problem solved. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
I had that dream again. My small business needs someone to fulfill orders, but I don't use LinkedIn, and I hire wrong. So our orders get all backed up. We're drowning in paperwork, then actually drowning, careless fighting off sharks with a stapler, and pirates are pillaging the office copier, and then I wake up.
Don't let hiring nightmares ruin your dreams. LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant goes beyond the resume, using unique insights to deliver a smarter shortlist. Get 50% off your first job post at linkedin.com/skill offer. Terms and conditions apply.
You know what's wild? Most people are still overpaying for car insurance just because it's a pain to switch. That's why there's Jerry. Jerry's the only app that compares rates from over 50 insurers in minutes and helps you switch fast with no spam calls or hidden fees. Drivers who save with Jerry could save over $1,300 a year. Before you renew your car insurance policy, do yourself a favor. Download the Jerry app or head to jerry.ai/audio.
Do you think astronauts fight over elbow room? Probably. Because advanced tech doesn't always mean more space. Until now. Introducing the Hyundai Ioniq 9, a 3-row electric SUV with over 300 miles of range, ultra-fast charging capability, and lots of space. The all-new Hyundai Ioniq 9. Space in an EV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
EPA estimated range for Ioniq 9 based on fully charged battery. For comparison purposes only. Actual range will vary based on several factors.
It'll only take a minute, they said. But it took a minute to find the aisle with the cheese sauce. A minute to find the shelf with the cheese sauce. And a minute to text pictures of all the cheese sauces. Only to get the reply that... No, none of those are the right cheese sauce. You know what actually takes a minute? Figuring out who's going to DD so no one drives impaired after the game. Take a minute. Make a plan. Never drive impaired. Go to takeaminutenow.com from Diageo, Mad, Uber, and the NFL. Please drink responsibly.
Hey, this is Zach Gelb. I'm hanging with you weekday afternoon starting at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific, right here on the Infinity Sports Network.
Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day. Here's your host, Anthony Gallo.
As always, in break, a ton of action going around the league. But first, let's go out to Washington as we've got a score in that one. Jeff Zell's got you covered from Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Well, Anthony, you asked the key question before the game. Who's going to step up and pick it up for the offense? And everyone we named has done it. Right now, the Falcons are up 31-16. Tyler Algier, a 25-yard touchdown run. I thought he was going to be tackled in the backfield for a loss. Just a great escape and run for him. And that's what Michael Penix did after he threw the pick and gave up the 3 points. He comes right back, leads the team on a 6-play, 57-yard drive. Penix is now 17 of 23, 265 yards, 2 touchdowns and 1 pick. Bijan Robinson, 15 carries, 70 yards. He also has 3 receptions for 89. Drake London, who we talked about, 7 catches, 101 yards and a touchdown. Kyle Pitts, 4 catches, 48 yards and a touchdown. So pretty much everybody, other than Darnell Mooney, who has now been declared out for the game, has picked it up for the Falcons. And we hit on that pregame. Atlanta up 31-16. We are going to the fourth quarter now.
Thank you so much, Jeff. And that is right. I asked the question, and it turned out to be that everyone was going to step up today, but Algieri leading the way. Let's go out to New England as Alan Siegel's got an update from Foxboro.
All right, Anthony, basically things have slowed down finally, and everybody can take a breath for the most part because since the first drive of the second half when the Patriots had a touchdown from Drake May to Hunter Henry from 31 yards out to make it 35-6, it's been pretty much back and forth defensive stands by each team, and that is where we start. The Patriots have really done well on special teams this afternoon. Marcus Jones has an 87-yard punt return for a touchdown. He had another punt return for 61 yards to set up a touchdown. And just a few moments ago, actually, Bryce Behringer, the Patriots punter, 56-yard punt, but a great play by Brendan Schooler, an all-pro special teams guy. Came in, and it was a -2 return, and set the Panthers up to the 1, and they just had a punt. And the Patriots have the ball back now in Carolina territory with 2:15 to go in the third quarter. It's Patriots 35 and Carolina Panthers 6, Anthony.
Thank you so much, Alan. Detroit Browns, the Lions trying to put the Browns away, and Denny Cap has more for us.
All right, Andre Schmidt just missed a 56-yard field goal wide left that would have gotten the Browns within a score, 7 points. Instead, the Lions take over at their own 44-yard line, and on the very first play of the ensuing drive, Jahmyr Gibbs rips off a 22-yarder to get Detroit in field goal range at a minimum. The Lions are going to have a 3rd and 2 at the Browns' 24-yard line as the fourth quarter resumes. After the TV timeout, Joe Flacco hit Isaiah Bond on a 35-yarder to at least get the Browns into scoring range, but unfortunately Schmidt unable to come through for Cleveland Lions cornerback Terrion Arnold went down during that drive. He is questionable to come back. So the Browns showing some life on offense here in the second half, to their credit, but it just hasn't been enough. Definitely not a 60-minute effort, and that's why they're down 10 points going into the fourth.
Thank you so much, Denny. Let's go out to Matt Mankiewicz as a huge momentum shift at MetLife has just taken place, and Matt's got more for us.
Well, Justin Herbert got picked off again. This time it counts, though. He was Drew Phillips caught a pass from him at the Giants 41, brought it back 56 yards to the Charger 3. And then Jackson Dart got his first touchdown pass of the day on a little shovel pass to Theo Johnson for a 3-yard touchdown. And Cam Scadaboo came up with a 2-point conversion after a penalty, just moved the ball an inch closer to enable them to do it. So it's now 21-10 in favor of the Giants with 2:49 remaining here in the third quarter. Yes, a huge momentum shift. Dart has been not really been taking a lot of risks as far as passing is concerned, but because he's been able to add a little mobility, he's been able to move the ball better up and down. And also they had some trouble in the red zone, which was alleviated on this latest play. So right now they're in control, 21-10, 2:49 left in the third.
Thank you so much, Matt. Let's go out to Houston as we've got a big play in the Texans-Titans AFC South battle. Adam Spillane's got more for us.
All right, the Texans are firmly in control. They now lead this game 19-0. They take advantage of a Cam Ward interception. He threw a ball that hit right off the body of Alec Ayamanor. It was picked off, though, by Derek Stingley Jr., who was questionable coming into this game with an oblique injury. But the Texans get set up in Titans territory, and then they go 6 plays, 44 yards, and C.J. Stroud hits Jaden Higgins, the second-round pick out of Iowa State, for a 24-yard touchdown. Kaimi Fairbairn hit the extra point, so the Texans now lead this game 19-0. Stroud now 21 of 26, 213 yards and 2 touchdowns. Cam Ward has struggled for Tennessee. He had a pretty good first drive of the game, but overall he is just 8 of 21 for 95 yards and the interception. Tony Pollard, 11 carries for 62 yards. But it looks like the Texans will get their first win of the season, and Tennessee will fall to 0-4, 9:26 to play. It's Houston 19, Tennessee nothing.
Thank you so much, Adam. Let's go out to Buffalo as there's a big stop in the Buffalo Saints game, and Paul Hamilton has more for us.
Well, I'm watching two teams that want to be cute today, and I'll talk about New Orleans in a bit, but the Buffalo Bills just did it there on 4th and 1. Instead of handing the ball to James Cook, who had a 100-yard day going, and you know what James Cook can do, they have Shakir come through, and Josh Allen just flips it forward to him, and he loses a yard. So, you know, again, it's just like, well, let's try to be the smartest guy in the stadium, and it didn't work for them. So the Saints get the ball at midfield, trailing 21-16. And earlier in this quarter, the Saints finally straightened it out. They had Rattler throwing to Olave, and that was a 3-yard touchdown. Earlier in the game, they had Olave throwing to Rattler, and it was intercepted on the goal line. So that was the Saints' turn to try to be cute. But they figured it out, and they went for it, got the touchdown this time. They went for the two-point conversion to try to come within 3, but the run by Rattler failed. Rattler, 10 of 15 for only 68 yards in this game. He has carried the ball 6 times for 49 yards. So the Saints have a chance now to take the lead on this drive if they can get it down and score a touchdown. They're on the Buffalo 34, 1st and 10, with 11:47 left to go here in the fourth quarter.
Thank you so much, Paul. I should have asked Paul if that counted as a pass or a run on that little end around for the Bills. He's right, though. If you're going to run a play there, the Bills, and you're going to go short yardage inside the tackles, just run it. I don't know why they're pitching it or short shovel passing it to the wideout in that situation. But, yeah, like you said, perfect example. Both teams getting very cute. 21-16 in that one. Let's go out to Philly as the Bucs are trying to stay alive, fighting for their lives. Or let's go out to Tampa. Sorry, not Philly. Philly and Tampa playing at Raymond James Stadium's. Tom Ankins has more for us.
Well, Anthony, just a moment ago, we thought that the Philadelphia Eagles had restored order in this game. Saquon Barkley scored on a 6-yard touchdown. That gave the Eagles a 31-13 lead over Tampa Bay. But Tampa Bay came right back on the next drive, the very first play, another long bomb. Baker Mayfield to Bucky Irving, 72 yards to put the ball all the way down the field and into the end zone. And right now, Tampa Bay drawing to within striking distance. We still have a lot of football to play here this afternoon. A minute and a half left in the third quarter. Eagles 31, Tampa Bay Buccaneers 20.
Got to turn my mic on there. God, thank you so much, Tom. As we're sitting here, this Giants-Chargers game is back and forth. A big blow this time landed by the Chargers, and we'll get an update on that in a second. The Saints have it at 2nd and 9 they're right outside the red zone, so on about the 24 as they try to complete the first down, and they do. Threatening now, down 5, 21-16. Bills over the Saints. The Saints have the ball well into the red zone. And we'll get an update in that Giants-Chargers game in a bit. If you didn't hear earlier, Malik Neighbors ruled out. Reports are they fear that he may have torn his ACL. Joe Alt, high ankle sprain. He's also out of that game. He was carted off even earlier than Neighbors was. Some other updates around the league. Commanders down 16-31. Falcons leading that one. Commanders have the ball. They're on Atlanta's 31-yard line as they try to mount any kind of comeback they can. Like I said, Saints are on the 13, 2nd and 9, down 21-16 to the Bills. The Lions lead 20-10 as Flacco and co. have it on their own 26. It is 3rd and 7 for the Browns. The Patriots looking to build even more on this blowout victory. 3rd and goal at Carolina's 4th. 14 minutes left in that one, and we've got an update on that in a minute as that game has really been one-sided. Patriots over the Panthers. As I said, Chargers, Giants, and let's get an update on that one as we've had another big play in that game, and Matt Mankiewicz checks in with us now.
Yep, the big play, a 54-yard touchdown run by Omarion Hampton, capped off the 3-play, 66-yard drive, and now the Chargers are within a field goal. The Giants, thanks to Justin Herbert's 2-point conversion. It's now 21-18 with a minute 21 left in the third quarter. Now, as far as the kickoff is concerned, looks like the Giants are going to get decent field position here. But in any case, basically somebody missed an assignment and opened up a big hole for Hampton. Hampton was, if you was on your fantasy team, he's definitely the guy you want to put in because he was going to get a lot of the running work. We knew that going in, and the net result is he's had a 91-yard day. Actually, the net on him, let me get that for you. Yeah, 91 yards, 9 attempts, 10.1 per carry on that one play alone. So 21-18, minute 20 remaining in the third.
Thank you so much, Matt. And then on that kick return, it looked like Singletary was about to step out of bounds, but he tiptoed the sideline and gets the Giants in the good field position as they throw a little, drop off there to Scatabo to the right. We might have a big play here in the Saints Bills game as this one's under review, and we'll get an update on that in a second. Titans down 19-0. Texans are leading that one at home as the Texans have the ball on the Titans' 31-yard line, 1st and 10, 6:40 left in that one. We're a little 10 seconds away from the fourth quarter. Eagles 31, Bucks 20 as they look to put the Bucks away. If the Bucks get a stop here on 3rd and 7 from the Eagles 45, it would be a massive stop to keep them in this game. And we're looking to see if the Bucks have a little bit more magic left in that one. 9:45 left in the Falcons-Washington game. Washington 3rd and 1 from the 23, and they get sacked. So it'll be 4th and about 4 as they're down 31-16, looking to stay alive in that one. Jackson Dart sacked on the last play, so that's 2nd and long, setting up for the Giants, and that'll probably end the quarter there and get them to the 4th. 20-10 Lions over the Browns. That one, the fourth quarter just started. They're at 13:56 left in that one. So a lot of action here. The Patriots did end up scoring. That was a 4-yard touchdown. Drake May short over the middle to Mac Hollins, the shoeless wonder, and a touchdown and the field goal are good, and that is 42-6 in that one. We'll come back. We'll get all the updates, but first, a real update from our guy, Pete McCarthy.
Infinity Sports Network. Sports Flash.
All right, Anthony, this report is sponsored by Progressive Commercial Insurance, protecting your business vehicles 24/7. See if you could save at progressivecommercial.com. The Giants and their fans were excited to see what Jackson Dart could do at quarterback in his first career start, but a cruel blow. Star receiver Malik Neighbors is reportedly feared to have torn his ACL. Neighbors will undergo an MRI tomorrow to confirm the diagnosis. In the same game, Chargers left tackle Joe Alt was carted off with a high ankle sprain, according to Adam Schefter. Alt was filling in at left tackle for the previously injured Rashawn Slater. Giants leading the Chargers 21-18 after 3 quarters. Marcus Mariota just hitting Deebo Samuel for a 24-yard touchdown strike. The Commanders pulled to within 9 of the Falcons. Extra point pending. They are under 9 minutes to play in Atlanta. Earlier, the Steelers held on to beat the Vikings in Dublin 24-21. The Steelers are 3-1. 4 games to come in the later window. Daniel Jones and the 3-0 Colts are visiting the 2-1 Rams. The 49ers return Brock Purdy and look to return to 4-0, improve to 4-0 against the Jaguars. Receiver Jawan Jennings is active for that game for the Niners. A vital game for the Ravens and Chiefs at Arrowhead. The loser will fall to 1-3. And the Bears will look to build on their encouraging win over the Cowboys last week, visiting the Raiders in Vegas. Tonight, it's the Micah Parsons Bowl. Parsons returning to Dallas in a Packers uniform. At the Ryder Cup, the Americans with some heavy lifting to do on the competition's final day, entering down 12-5 to Europe. It does not appear that anything is in the Americans' favor here. The key match being Matt Fitzpatrick, 3 up on Bryson DeChambeau through 13 holes. It's also the final day of baseball's regular season. Still a lot on the line. The playoff field is almost set. The one spot is that final NL wildcard spot. The Reds have taken a 1-0 lead on the Brewers. If they win in Milwaukee, they are in. If the Reds lose, it opens the door for the Mets, who are scoreless with the Marlins. You also have the AL East on the line, as well as the AL Central. I'm Pete McCarthy.
Hey, this is Pat Boyle. Get all your sports talk here on the Infinity Sports Network. Always available on the free Odyssey app.
Hey, I'm JR, and the JR Sport Brief is on the Infinity Sports Network. Weekday evenings, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific.
Get your 2026 season memberships to see the New England Revolution and claim your seats in the heart of the action for all 17 games. Season members receive amazing benefits, including a player-signed Revolution scarf when you place a deposit today. For more details, head to revolutionsoccer.net. A simple deposit is all it takes. Start enjoying some of your 2026 season member benefits now. That's revolutionsoccer.net/tickets.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I had that dream again. My small business needs someone to fulfill orders, but I don't use LinkedIn, and I hire wrong. So our orders get all backed up. We're drowning in paperwork, then actually drowning. Carol is fighting off sharks with a stapler, and pirates are pillaging the office copier, and then I wake up.
Don't let hiring nightmares ruin your dreams. LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant goes beyond the resume, using unique insights to deliver a smarter shortlist. Get 50% off your first job post at linkedin.com/skill offer. Terms and conditions apply.
Getting on the network America relies on is easy when you come into your local Verizon store. Come check out their latest deals on phones, accessories, and so much more. From shopping to support and everything in between, it's your one-stop shop to get it all. And when you switch to Verizon, you choose what goes into your unlimited plan and save on what you need. There's never been a better time to switch to the network America relies on. Visit your local Verizon store to speak with a rep and save big today.
What is it that makes the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid an incredible SUV? Is it the spacious interior that's comfy for the whole crew? Or the capability to go off-road? Maybe it's up to 600-plus miles of range. What if it's all that and more? What is it then?
The all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid.
Is it the driver behind the wheel?
No.
Are you sure?
The all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid. So much more than just another SUV.
Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
T-Mobile is more than the best network in the game. They're now the best network in America, according to the experts at Ookla Speed Test. So MLB fans are connected from home to home plate. With the most advanced 5G, the most towers, and a signal that goes farther than ever, you can keep up with your teams on the road, overseas, and even off the grid. For baseball fans, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data, 1H2025 compatible device and plan required for T-Satellite. See details at T-Mobile.com.
This Prime Big Deal Days, October 7th and 8th, you can get a great deal on a new foot spa, transforming you into the queen of kicking it.
Wait, this has bubble jets. Okay.
Get up to 40% off with Prime Big Deal Days, October 7th and 8th.
Progressive presents a testimonial of sorts.
Hey, slow down!
Oh, yeah? Well, you drive like my grandma. She's a very attentive and courteous driver who wears a seatbelt and always uses her turn signals. She's also a talented painter and has very low cholesterol. Not that that has anything to do with her driving, just thought a more complete picture of who she is might be interesting. Anyway, have a nice day.
Safe driver? Get Snapshot from Progressive and get a personalized rate based on how you drive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
You know when you find that pair of jeans? The ones you actually look forward to putting on? That's Joe's Jeans. Their new Kinetic 2.0 denim fabric is rugged in look, supple in feel. With bi-stretch technology, you get that authentic denim style with modern 4-way stretch comfort, so it moves with you wherever your day takes you. Check out standout fits like the Asherin Doheny and the Brixton and Nod. Upgrade today at joesjeans.com and use code JOE20 for 20% off your first purchase.
Summer's all about fun in the sun. So before you hit the roads to your favorite destination, get your vehicle checked and prepped right at home with complimentary Ford mobile service. Ford expert technicians can perform a lot of the same services right in your driveway that they do in the dealership, like an oil change with the works package, brakes, batteries, tire rotation, and more. So whether you're grilling in the backyard or soaking up some rays, keep enjoying your summer with Ford mobile service. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit FordService.com for important details and limitations.
This is Bill Ryder, and I'm Ryder than you. At least for 2 hours, starting weekday mornings, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, on the Infinity Sports Network.
Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day. Here's your host, Anthony Gallo.
Oh, the fourth quarters are underway, and it has been an exciting start. And we go out to Commanders Falcons, as the Commanders are not going down without a fight, and Jeff Zell has more for us on that.
Well, Anthony, right now it's Atlanta 31, Washington 24, 5 minutes to go. One thing's been true with the Falcons forever, whether it's Dan Quinn as the coach, Raheem Morris, they have trouble putting people away. They're up 31-16. They've got a 4th and 3 on Washington at the Atlanta 24, and even Mariota can come back against Atlanta. Marcus Mariota, a great pass to Deebo Samuel in the corner of the end zone for a touchdown. And then Mariota executes a 2-point play perfectly, draws defenders into him, and then throws it to Zach Ertz for a 2-point conversion. to make the game a one-score, 7-point game. Mariota, 15 of 24, 140 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Chris Rodriguez, 7 carries, 60 yards, 8.6 a carry for Washington. Deebo Samuel, 5 catches, 56 yards, and a touchdown. But again, it is a one-score game now, 31-24. Falcons on top of the Commanders with 4 minutes to go.
Thank you, Jeff, and we'll check in on that one as we get an update on that drive. Let's go out to Detroit as we had a big special teams play not too long ago, and Denny Cap has more for us.
Yeah, Khalif Raymond essentially sealing this game, it appears, for Detroit. Runs back a punt 65 yards for a touchdown. Lions go up by 17 on a day that the offense for the Lions has been silenced by this elite Browns defense. Credit to Cleveland in that regard. It's the special teams that's really come through. Great punts by Jack Fox to flip field position. A 58-yard field goal by Jake Bates in the first half, and now the 65-yard punt return by Khalif Raymond. And the Lions, putting all 3 phases together, as coaches like to say, have themselves up 3 scores in the fourth quarter. It's 27-10. They have the ball with 12:22 to go in regulation.
Thank you very much, Denny. Let's go out to Buffalo as the Saints were threatening and the Bills are trying to fend it off, and Paul Hamilton has more from us from Buffalo.
Well, how things can change in a football game. It looked like the Saints had taken the lead. Brandon Cook made a great attempted catch. It was ruled a touchdown. Rattler put it behind him, got the one-handed catch, but it was overturned. The ball actually did hit the ground on the way down first. It really took a while to actually accurately overturn it. So the Saints settled for a groupie 35-yard field goal to make it 21-19 Bills. And then the Bills got the ball back. It was a short kick by Groupie. The Bills started at the 40. On 3rd and 5, Josh Allen scrambles up the middle for 27 yards, and that sets up a 23-yard touchdown pass to Dalton Kincaid to make it 28-19. It was a 4-play, 60-yard drive. There's 7:05 left to go here in the fourth quarter, and the Saints will set up shop at around the 25-yard line, trailing by 9.
Thank you so much, Paul, and we'll continue to monitor that one as the Saints try to stay alive. Somebody who's not staying alive, the Panthers visiting the Patriots, as that one's a blowout, and Alan Siegel's got all of that covered for us.
I'll tell you, Anthony, before the game began, I mentioned the fact that this week Drake May had said he wanted to get Stephon Diggs the ball. Well, he is not a liar. He got the ball to him today. 6 receptions, 101 yards, averaging 16.8 a catch, and his longest was 33. He also had another one for 30 yards, and that 30-yard reception he got a little earlier in the fourth quarter set up the Patriots first and goal at the 4-yard line, where Drake May hit a 3-yard touchdown pass to Mac Hollins. Drake May's day is through, by the way. He finishes the day at 14 of 17, 203 yards, and a couple of touchdowns. And one other note in terms of special teams for the Patriots today, one of the Patriots' touchdowns was a Marcus Jones 87-yard punt return for a touchdown after Carolina had taken a 6-0 lead in the game. And Marcus Jones today has 167 yards in terms of punt returns. That is a new New England Patriots franchise record. So 7:39 to go. The clock is moving, and this game has been long decided. The Patriots lead it 42-6, Anthony.
Thank you very much, Alan, as we continue to wrap around the league. Titans, Texans, the Texans trying to put the Titans out of their misery, and Adam Spillane has more for us.
Yeah, Anthony, the Titans have 2 more minutes of misery here as the Texans lead it 26-0. It was 6-0 at halftime, and then the Texans have dominated the second half. Offensively, they have scored touchdowns on their last 3 drives, although they're punting right here on their final drive of the game. But it's been a great game for C.J. Stroud, who's 22 of 28 for 233 yards and 2 touchdowns. And it's also been a big game for the rookie running back, Woody Marks, the 4th-round pick out of USC, 17 carries, 69 yards, and a touchdown. And then he has also added 4 catches for 50 yards and a touchdown as well. And really, it has been Marks who has taken over as the Texans' lead running back here in the second half. Nick Chubb started the game. He carried the ball 13 times for 47 yards, but it has mostly been Marks here since halftime. This is a pretty deflating loss for Tennessee. it'll be their 10th. They'll start the season 0-4, and it will be their 10th straight loss going back to last season. And Cam Ward in this game, he'll get the ball back here. It looks like he's going to come in for this next drive, but he's 10 of 26 for 108 yards, and he has an interception. Tony Pollard, 11 carries for 62 yards. But we are at the 2-minute warning. The Texans leading the Titans 26-0.
And it looks like the Texans are finally going to get their first win, and the Titans are not. And the Cam Ward struggles continue, and it's not all his fault. Obviously, rookie quarterback, still learning the way, has made some great throws, has had some bright spots, but has struggled overall to adapt to the NFL. And that Titans team has not helped him much at all as they continue to look like, the Saints battle a lot, and the Titans are the one team that look like they haven't had a moment this year where they've actually battled. So if the Giants hold on to this lead, the Titans may, walk out of today feeling like the worst team in football. But two of the best teams in football continue to battle it out as the Bucs try to keep pace with the Eagles. From Raymond James Stadium, Tom Akins has more.
Well, you're right about that. Two of the best teams in football are indeed battling it out. It looked toward the end of the first half that only one team was going to really claim the title of best, as the Eagles had built a 24-3 lead. But from that point to now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have awakened and gotten back into the ball game. Right now, the 58-yard field goal by Chase McLaughlin, that's his third of the ball game, has brought the score to 31-23, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are within one score of tying up this ball game. That in itself is a very remarkable turnaround, as the Buccaneers have played inspired football here in the second half. Two long bombs from Baker Mayfield, a 77-yarder to Emeka Egbuka, and a 72-yarder to Bucky Irving. Those are both in the third quarter, and that brought the Buccaneers off the mat and back into the ball game. Right now in the fourth quarter, plenty of football to be played here. 11:48 left in this period, and right now the Eagles hold the upper hand. They have 31, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with 23.
Thank you so much, Tom. As we wrap around the league, Giants, 2nd and 4 from Los Angeles is 13. They're up 21-18 with 8 minutes to go. As we heard, the Titans are just, trying to survive the last minute of this game, as there's a minute left in the fourth, down 26-0. 4:36 left in the fourth. Patriots leading 42-6 at home. The Bills have the ball from their 41. 1st and 10 for them. About 5:36 left. They're up 28-19. The Browns have the ball on their own 21. 2nd and 7. 7:56 left in that game as the Lions lead 27-10. Eagles, as we just heard, are on top 31-23 as they try to survive the fourth quarter, and the Bucs continue to claw back into that one. A lot of action left. The 2-minute warning just hit in Atlanta. Atlanta's 4th and goal at Washington's 8. They're up 7. I would, this is a risky choice here. Do you go for it? Do you kick it? I think in that scenario, the Commanders have a little bit of energy, a little bit of momentum. Even with the backup quarterback, I'm taking the points, sealing the game, and going from there, because obviously you have a chance here to really ice the cake if you get the touchdown, but I would just take the points. Trust your defense in that situation. Michael Penix, 20 of 26 yards, 313, 20 of 26 attempts, 313 yards, 2 touchdowns. Bijan Robinson, 17 carries, 75 yards, and a touchdown. The field goal is good, so they go up 34-24. Drake London, 8 catches, 110 yards, and a touchdown. So they continue. The 1 turnover for Penix. Bijan Robinson, like I said, 17 carries for 75 yards. Tyler Algieri, 16 carries for 51 yards and a touchdown. Massive play here. Huge implications for the Giants. It's 3rd and 1 for this Giants team, and they're up 21-18, trying to ice this game as well. And we've got a crazy play in that one. There's a flag on the field, and we'll get an update on that as the young rookie quarterback tries to extend this Giants drive and put them in the win column. Let's go out to Atlanta as we get an update in that one. Bucs, Commanders, Jeff Zell's got more.
Well, it's as if Michael Penix heard us say the Falcons can't put people away. He didn't like it. He took the team on a 13-play, 69-yard drive, 6 minutes and 51 seconds. It culminates with Parker Romo kicking a 26-yard field goal. Atlanta now up 2 scores, 34-24, 1:57 to go in the game, and the Commanders have no timeouts remaining. 4 key third-down conversions on the drive. Penix with a great scramble on a 3rd and 4 to get a first down, and 3 times completion with very tough passes on 3rd down. Penix, 20 of 26, 313 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, and a 126 quarterback rating. Drake London, 8 catches, 110 yards. Bijan Robinson, 4 catches, 106 yards. And Kyle Pitts, 5 catches, 70 yards. Not to mention Robinson has 75 yards on the ground, and Algier, as you said, has 51 yards on the ground. It is the Falcons up by 10, 34-24, 1:57 to go, and the Commanders have no timeouts remaining.
Thank you so much, Jeff Zell. In that Giants game, like I said, it was 3rd and 1. They run a draw with Dart. He gets stalled at the line, keeps chopping his feet, bounced out to the left side, and got the first down, about a 2-yard carry. There, it's now 3rd and goal for them as Cam Scatterbo is held at the line. He gets about 3 yards, but he does not get in. So we'll get an update there as well, as they're on the 1-yard line looking to put this game hopefully out of reach. There's a lot of time left, and with this Chargers team, you can never write them off, especially with those receivers and that quarterback. So we'll see what happens in that one. About 7 minutes to go, 6:46 to be exact. The Panthers looking to get in the end zone here. 3rd and goal at New England's 1. So they're threatening. The Lions are in the red zone as well. All these games coming down to the wire. We will update them as we go. We'll come back. We've got 4 more hours of great NFL action. Jody joins us at 6. A lot more to get to. Anthony Gallo on Gridiron Game Day.
Get your 2026 season memberships to see the New England Revolution and claim your seats in the heart of the action for all 17 games. Season members receive amazing benefits, including a player-signed Revolution scarf when you place a deposit today. For more details, head to revolutionsoccer.net. A simple deposit is all it takes. Start enjoying some of your 2026 season member benefits now. That's revolutionsoccer.net/tickets.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next-day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Running a business means I wear lots of hats. Luckily, when it's time to put on my hiring hat, I can count on LinkedIn to make it easy. I can post a job for free or pay to promote it and get 3 times more qualified candidates. Imagine finding your next great hire in 24 hours. 86% of small businesses do. I can also easily share my job with my network. No other job site lets you do that. Plus, I can manage everything all in one place. Post, match, hire, done. Post your free job at linkedin.com/skill. That's linkedin.com/skill. Terms and conditions apply.
Getting on the network America relies on is easy when you come into your local Verizon store. Come check out their latest deals on phones, accessories, and so much more. From shopping to support and everything in between, it's your one-stop shop to get it all. And when you switch to Verizon, you choose what goes into your unlimited plan and save on what you need. There's never been a better time to switch to the network America relies on. Visit your local Verizon store to speak with a rep and save big today.
T-Mobile is more than the best network in the game. They're now the best network in America, according to the experts at Ookla Speed Test. So MLB fans are connected from home to home plate. With the most advanced 5G, the most towers, and a signal that goes farther than ever, you can keep up with your teams on the road, overseas, and even off the grid. For baseball fans, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data, 1H2025 compatible device and plan required for T-Satellite. See details at T-Mobile.com.
With great deals coming this Prime Big Deal Days, October 7th and 8th, greatness is a deal away. So if you love baking, you can get a deal on a new mixer, transforming you into the Lord of the Loaves.
Hear ye, hear ye! Make Make way for the baron of brioche, the sultan of sourdough, the lord of the loaves, prime member Dave!
Yeah, hi?
Get up to 40% off with Prime Big Deal Days, October 7th and 8th.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So, what's that about?
So, let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Summer's all about fun in the sun. So before you hit the roads to your favorite destination, get your vehicle checked and prepped right at home with complimentary Ford mobile service. Ford expert technicians can perform a lot of the same services right in your driveway that they do in the dealership, like an oil change with the works package, brakes, batteries, tire rotation, and more. So whether you're grilling in the backyard or soaking up some rays, keep enjoying your summer with Ford mobile service. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit FordService.com for important details and limitations.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? But with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers, a network of 130 million of them, in fact. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills, and did I say job title? See how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Power up fall projects with Ego at Lowe's. Every tool delivers power beyond belief. So whether it's leaves, limbs, or lawn cleanup, count on Ego to deliver the power, performance, and innovation you need. And now for a limited time, save up to $60 on select blowers, chainsaws, and pole saws. Shop Ego today at Lowe's. Offers valid through 10/1 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Your favorite sports lineup is here on the Infinity Sports Network on Sirius XM 375. From Maggie and Perloff to Rich Eisen.